Would it annoy you who are selecting inventory if I read it out loud?
No, please do.
Dodge Brothers, Attorneys at Law, Main Street, Gamwell, January 30th, 1925. Dear Sir, I have been referred to you by a mutual friend. As his attorney, I am very interested in locating the missing Mr. Arthur Cornthwaite. And our associate mentioned your name as being one skilled in locating missing people, particularly those of Mr. Cornthwaite's persuasion. Thus, I have taken the liberty of contacting you. I am a partner of an established legal firm in Gamwell. Mr. Arthur Cornthwaite is one of our clients. And as his attorneys, we hold certain documents in trust for him. It would appear that Mr. Cornthwaite has departed without notifying us of his movements. This leaves us in a quandary as to how to manage his estate in his absence, without his authority on such matters. We would like you to locate Mr. Cornthwaite and obtain from him his wishes in respect of this matter, or better still, request that he contact us. If it should, heaven forbid, transpire that Mr. Cornthwaite is no longer with us, then we will need some evidence of same, and proceed with his wishes as outlined in his last will and testament. Hopefully this is an unnecessary contingency, but one which we must nevertheless consider in the light of Mr. Cornthwaite's mysterious departure.
Right.
I hope that you are free to give this matter your immediate attention. I would like to extend an invitation to you to attend an interview at our offices as soon as is convenient to discuss both the details of the situation and your professional fees. Anticipating a prompt reply, yours faithfully, Walter Dodge. Enclosed, article from the Gamwell Gazette.
Oh, yes. And that article is... There you go.
Gamwell Gazette. Gamwell millionaire absent. Gamwell's most prosperous son, Arthur Cornthwaite, will not be seen at church over the next few weeks.
Oh.
Mr. Cornthwaite has apparently left the area for a time, possibly for a vacation, or in relation to his studies. Some mystery surrounds Mr. Cornthwaite's departure, as it came without notice. However, an inspection of his mansion and grounds by Sheriff Whitford has revealed no cause for alarm. The last person to speak to Mr. Cornthwaite was his attorney, Mr. Walter Dodge.
Right.
On the 7th of this month.
Sorry, everybody.
At that time, he
I'm suspicious. I'm already getting into mashed potatoes mode.
Oh, okay.
At that time, he gave no indication of his imminent departure, but according to Mr. Dodge, he didn't seem quite preoccupied. No doubt with his travel plans. We all know well that besides being a Gamwell landowner, Mr. Cornthwaite is also a millionaire, a scholar, a philanthropist, and an explorer. He may well be off laying the groundwork for some future exciting expedition, or perhaps just relaxing for a time in New York. Gamwell citizens will no doubt remember fondly Mr. Cornthwaite's numerous generous donations to local charities and to the town library, and join with us in wishing him a safe and happy journey. January 17th, 1925. All right. So I am desperate for a case, so I'm hustling it over.
All right.
Hustling it over to Dodge Brothers, Attorneys at Law, Main Street, Gamwell.
Indeed. Now, I figure the rest of you all can be Gamwell, local to the Gamwell area.
Okay.
Obviously, mashed potatoes, you're just passing through.
You're a resident of the transient nature.
Yes.
Why don't we go around and say who we are?
Oh, that's a good
Why
idea.
don't you start off?
All right. I'm Walt Mashed Potatoes Johnson. I'm a hobo. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Dean's Corner, Massachusetts.
There's a sense of teen angst.
I wear I wear a newsboy's cap. And I have a bindle with a canteen, a compass, string, a lighter, a hammer, and a pocket knife.
Wow.
And I have $5 on me. That's all I got to my name.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Go mashed potatoes.
That's mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
You can call me Taters for short.
Taters.
Oh my god.
How old are you again?
23.
No, so you're enough. We could probably still call you Tater Tot.
Maybe. I'm pretty,
You might take a
I'm
piss.
actually not, I'm 13 size.
Size 13? So a little above average.
I'm a little above average, so I don't think you would. There's nothing small
just some
about
of-
me,
Just to
baby.
be ironic.
Just some of the ladies you look in on from town to town, right? Call it tater tot.
Maybe, but there's nothing small about me.
Yeah!
Oh! Let me show you why they call me mashed potatoes.
Where was that going?
I think I got it.
I didn't.
Unfortunately.
Alright.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Wait, what's your app?
My app is 12. I'm average. I get along. I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, now you're on the trolley.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm Simon Harper, private investigator. I am a large man and bald, and I'm down to my last cigarette. I'm good with a gun, and I know German quite well.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm pretty good at figuring out when somebody's lying, and I can open a door if I need to.
Oh, I don't even know what any of my skills are. That's okay.
Simon.
Simon. Oh, by the way, mashed potatoes knows English.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And I thought I'd get a bigger laugh. And also, I'm good with the rifle.
Come on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey!
Ooh, yay.
Yeah, but I didn't get around to the muffins.
Oh,
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Is everything
I
okay?
think we'll live.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you later.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay.
I had-
This is the frustration.
Oh.
Yeah.
No worries.
Well, why don't we get Renae into a...
Absolutely. We were actually just getting started. So
Yeah.
Oh,
perfect
okay.
timing. If you look
Sorry, I'm
there
like,
under your notebook, there should be a list. So those are the pre-generated characters.
Oh, man.
They've chosen Simon. Let me
Yeah.
cross off with it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Easier for you.
Oh, Jade, I have little bowls.
Wow, homemade pretzels.
You know?
Do you want one?
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay.
Well, our bowl's offered. Let me get one more.
I considered grabbing a Super Bowl pie just for irony.
For the fun of it.
Yep.
Football field
There's a
on
little
it.
Too
plate for you.
hipster, I guess.
These are These are the little mustards. This one's Chablis. This
Ooh.
is Provence. That's basil, and that's black currant.
Ooh, yum.
Poppy seeds, caraway seeds. Oh, there's one more left, and then there's some lovely veg that and there's
Jade
queso
brought.
if you want to go there,
can't
but
do
I
that.
know you can't.
Can't go near the queso.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what we're dealing
Wow.
with here.
Great,
Here,
thank
you got
you.
little chocolate things?
Yeah.
Yes, so there's
Ooh.
peppermint, berry,
Ooh.
salted caramel, and peanut butter.
Oh my
Ooh la
goodness.
la.
I know.
Ooh la 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 la. Thank you, thank you.
I know. Wow.
Grab them
Nice
from
counterpoint.
later.
It's salty. Thank you.
Mm. Beautiful. We'll have more of these. Why don't we? Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'll figure out a spot.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So.
Is David okay, by the way?
Who knows?
Oh,
Ill.
Haven't heard back from him, so
Oh.
I assume he's okay.
Oh.
In absence
So,
of any other.
I'll be Bethany,
Bethany.
if I may.
Certainly.
Oh, good.
Nice.
That's fine. Perfect.
Everyone else is checking their list.
Yeah.
Who is she?
All right, I approve.
Oh, yes.
Sorry. I do that.
True.
Who are you? Etc.
All right. Very good.
So I detailed mashed
You get
potatoes.
photos. Cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm mashed potatoes the hobo.
Yes.
You're.
Awesome.
I'm Simon, the private investigator.
And you have received a letter.
And there's a missing millionaire in town.
Oh.
And I've been hard to help find him. He's
Okay.
been gone for about a week.
And he's in the news, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause
okay.
he's a big guy in town.
He's an explorer and whatever else.
A generous. Yeah.
I actually think these red and white ones are red velvet.
Oh, very good.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Cool.
I was like peppermint.
No
No,
complaints.
petty four.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sister.
Very good.
Oh.
Sister Julia Helena.
Oh. Oh my god.
I'll have to work on the voice.
No, it's okay.
That's fine.
It's
She's
working.
a clergy
Working.
woman.
Uh-huh.
She has a degree at St. Mary's Female Seminary. She's from Bolton, Massachusetts. 34, heavy set, and owns a horse.
She owns a horse.
Wow.
What's the horse's name?
Judas.
I was thinking ginger. For some reason I thought something else, but go on.
Cupcake.
Oh, I was thinking ginger snap. but
Ginger snap.
Oh, yeah,
You can use it.
yeah. All right.
I am
Oh.
Herbert Hillier, town physician.
Mm-hmm.
I actually graduated from Miskatonic University.
Nice.
Oh. That's an
I,
accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you survived.
Believe it or not. And I'm also 45, so that was a
Wow.
while ago. I managed to
Oh, that's a while ago.
Yeah.
make it through a couple of class reunions, too.
Oh,
Wow.
true.
Whoa.
Nice.
And, no, I'm also,
through.
weirdly enough, good with a gun. I have
Huh.
a card. Can speak Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And, Yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
Very cool.
Right.
Well, I'm Bethany Willowton. I'm 26 and I was born in Arkham.
Oh.
And I went to the Connecticut College for Women.
Okay.
I am an antiquarian by trade.
All right.
Yeah, interesting for a
Nice.
26-year-old.
Gotta love those
Definitely.
antiquarians.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
indeed. All right, so so yeah, I figure all of you are local to the Gamwell area for one reason or the other or another at this point.
Okay.
And
How large
Sorry,
is
I'm just going with
Gamwell?
my fists. That's
how
all.
large is Gamwell? Gamwell is the sort of place you stop for ice cream if you're on a road trip.
Awesome.
So I am the town physician.
Yes,
Mhm.
very much so.
So Springer.
Yes, basically. And Bethany, you, if you want, you know, could be running an antique store in town, or you know, something like that.
I'm just passing through.
Mashed potatoes just passing through.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Julia.
Specialize in old phones.
Oh.
That is really cute.
That's really great, actually.
How the hell do you stay in business?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Is that what it says on the character sheet?
I don't know. I saw an old phone earlier today.
Oh, so
And
you were
so-
like special. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I love that.
it looked cool. So.
There are totally antique stores like that in every small town. Who comes in looking for these things?
And so, I mean, yeah, all of you who are local to the area know who this Cornthwaite fellow is. You know, and you're familiar with this disappearance as well, since you saw the
Right.
piece of the paper.
I found it on somebody discarded their paper in the trash, but I want to keep up on current events, so
Absolutely.
I'm totally into it.
Find out a lot of things, man.
You do find out a lot of things.
Did you drop a carrot on Jen's couch?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Damn it. I was like, ooh, bonus.
Hey, carrot has materialized on the character sheet.
Freaking magical.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, you know, like Sister Julia, you know, has been Arthur's confessor a few times.
Oh,
Local,
this is interesting.
local church, you know.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
You've been his confessor a few
His
times.
confessor. Oh yes.
Yeah, you know.
It's a Cornway.
Yes. And you know, so you're all familiar with this event transpiring to some degree or another.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Yes. I'm knocking on the door of the
Simon
legal
Harper.
office.
Oh,
I'm
Yes.
Simon Harper. I'm the PI. I'm taking this on.
All
of
right.
course.
So,
These are really good.
Where am I? Who am I talking to?
basically, you're on this
Came
little
out
main
really nicely.
street
Uh-huh.
in Gamwell. It is wintertime. Skies are gray.
January.
It's
Oh.
chilly, you know.
Oh,
You,
man.
pull your collar up against the cold as you walk up to the door of the Dodge Brothers Attorneys at Law. It's
Yep.
just a modest little storefront on Main Street,
All right.
and a little bell over the door rings as you enter, and a gray little man in a gray little suit comes out from the back room. You must be Mr. Harper.
Oh.
You must be Mr. Dodge. I'm in receipt of your letter, dated the 30th January.
Very good, sir. Please come back.
Oh my God.
So he's got this little like pencil mustache, you know, and a receding hairline and droopy eyes. And so he takes you back down a hall. Let me introduce you to my brothers Walter and Herbert. I am Reginald Dodge.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
And so these two other guys who look a lot like him and are like dressed exactly the same. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
Their mother made their suits.
Yep.
Exactly. So they, invite you into one of their offices and, motion for you to have a seat on a creaky desk chair. And one of them pulls out a large accordion file, sets it down We keep Mr. Cornthwaite's books, accounts, and will for him.
Very good.
We have two goals for the investigation. First, establish Mr. Cornthwaite's current location or satisfactory evidence of his death. Second, keep damage to Cornthwaite's valuable estate and property to a minimum.
What?
Yes. That's understandable.
Those are the only two conditions we ask. We are willing to pay you $100 to locate Mr. Cornthwaite, with a $100 bonus if you have an answer within the week.
Within the week. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Who was the last person to see Mr. Cornthwaite?
So
It was
Walter or possibly Herbert says, that was me.
And what can you tell me of his demeanor at that time?
He seemed a bit run down, I suppose.
You mean he was perhaps ailing?
He hasn't been terribly well since his expedition to South America 2 years ago.
Oh. Whereabouts in South America was he?
Not entirely sure. British territory, I believe.
Okay.
He picked up some sort of tropical bug that he was never able to shake.
Would you happen to have a
Doing
key
great.
to his estate? Key, perhaps, that I could find maybe some clue, maybe some letter.
Of course. So they open up the accordion file and pull out a key ring. It's got 2 keys on it.
Okay.
Front and back door.
Okay. Excellent.
All right.
Would you have any objections to me obtaining some additional help?
Not at all. In fact, it would probably be advisable to take some people knowledgeable in architecture,
Hobo-ish.
health
What
and
have you?
well-being,
Yes.
and the afterlife,
Yes.
in case last rites need to be tendered.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Well, I have a
Yes, that
team
should
in
stick.
mind. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
If you don't mind my prying, and perhaps you will, and I would not take that personally, but is there anything unusual in any stipulations of his will or estate planning that I should know about at this juncture?
Good question.
Well, of course, ethics prevent us from revealing the details of his will.
Right.
However, you are welcome to take a look at his ledgers.
Thank you.
And they pull out, a few sheets of paper and
Okay.
a book, So you can give me an accounting roll, if you wish.
Okey-dokey, smoky. And I failed.
Alright.
Oh, wow.
Looks fine to me.
Looks legit.
No problem there.
Give me a second one, actually.
Alrighty.
Oh,
And I fail
I
again.
forget.
Would it have passed your spot hidden?
Yes, it would have twice.
Okay. So you don't notice anything irregular about the ledger, but you do note that the last entry is dated January 7th. It was a request for a dump truck full of salt.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Tell me, was he making any improvements to his property at the time?
Not to our knowledge, no.
All right, well, I think the first thing that I would like to do, and seeing as time is of the essence, would be to gather my team and investigate his property and see where this salt is, if anywhere.
Oh, we had not filled the order at the time that he disappeared.
It had not been filled.
No.
I see. I will simply request at that point. All right. All right, well, thank you for your trust in me, gentlemen.
Indeed. Here is a list of references if you wish to save some time tracking down
Thank you.
people to assist you.
Thank you.
And so on the list is Dr. Herbert Hillier, Bethany Willowton, and Sister Julia Helena.
Excellent. All right, no time to lose, sirs. Off I go.
Mashed potatoes, are you like
I'm loitering. I'm loitering.
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
We're gonna drop you in an inappropriate
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
loitering.
Here's a reference for a local hobo.
I was gonna ask if you were squatting in his house.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
About that actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if that fits in with the
Living in
scenario.
the shed.
Yeah.
Take your things and get out. All right. You got a jar of mustard.
Oh my god.
Looks like
So
Austin.
would that be acceptable?
Yeah, we'll fit you in a manner of that nature. I was kind of thinking
that's
that.
fine.
Yeah.
Woohoo. That's fine.
Yeah. If you don't mind hanging out a little
No, I
bit.
don't. No, I'm good.
All right.
Alright, so working down the list, I'm heading over across the street to the physician's office.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Gonna knock on that respectable door.
And the
Yeah.
doctor is in.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, get the doctor in. Hey,
Dr. Hillier, I have been hired by the Dodge brothers to try and track down Mr. Cornthwaite.
Oh goodness, I've heard a great deal about this mysterious disappearance now.
Yeah, the last man to see him said he might have been a little sickly with some of that stuff he picked up in South America.
Oh good gracious, well, it's no wonder.
Yeah.
That was a frightful nightmare to try and get rid of. You wouldn't believe the fungus this man had.
Sprouting from between his toes.
Well, as we all know, the South American continent is a very moist climate.
Actually, and give me a medicine roll.
Uh-oh.
Moist.
67, got it. Woo!
Okay, so you did treat him for some tropical ailments when he first returned, fungal infection and that sort of thing.
sponge face, that'd be great.
Right. Yes, he did have a Kindiru infestation, but
Nice.
no, he had some athlete's foot and some parasites in his tract. But
Oh, are you okay?
I did go to Miskatonic, I've seen worse.
yes,
that's true.
I've seen much
Yeah.
larger worms.
And we lost Renae.
It's okay.
She's in a trauma state.
All right. Yeah. Oh my god.
And there she goes.
Yeah.
Running down the street. All right. But that was 2 years ago. But his health was continually ailing.
Mm-hmm.
But despite repeated visits, you never were able to kind of figure out what was
The root
happening.
cause.
Yeah.
All I can assume is he was an ailing child and thus never a very, very sturdy adult.
Well, we are charged with this. Perhaps you know Sister Julia Helena.
Oh, of course.
I believe she was close to him.
Well, who isn't to the good sister?
All right. Shall we go bother her now?
She is all things to all people.
Yeah.
I suppose it
Hey,
would be.
she got that horse somewhere.
I know, I'm like, what the heck?
Oh my god.
What's going on there?
Yes, let us go now.
Yes, I believe it would.
Behoove us as citizens.
And on the way to the church, you will pass Bethany Willowton's
Oh, we will?
antique store.
All
Yes. It's all on Main Street,
Oh, you're welcome.
Miss Bethany!
Yes, that's me.
We are here to investigate the disappearance of Arthur Cornthwaite.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Perhaps you had some involvement with some of his antiquities that he had
Oh,
brought back.
indeed. Oh, indeed. Yes.
Yes. We're
Yeah.
going to require your expertise. in this matter.
Yes, you're well familiar that the Cornthwaite residence is known as the Fitzgerald Mansion.
Oh.
And is, let's see, about 120 years old.
Nice.
Oh, neat.
Dangling the keys. Let's go have a lookie.
Oh, I mean, sure.
That would just be a shame if he was dead and we had to have
Yeah.
a estate sale.
All of its things. Oh, goodness.
We're going to need a practiced eye to evaluate the situation.
Yes.
Now let us go thither.
Yes. To the church.
To the Kirken.
Yes, hello. Where did you come in?
Sister Julia, hi. We're here to investigate the disappearance of noted philanthropist, just plain old Mr. Arthur Cornthwaite. This is the doctor.
He never did get that degree.
You're certainly well read enough. Though.
Yes, and you knew him quite well, isn't it so?
Better than most, you might say.
Excellent.
How did you achieve that?
Are you worried by his disappearance then?
Yes and no.
Hmm.
Some of his last visitations did carry some awkward stories.
Intriguing.
Awkward stories.
Perhaps you would join us in an exploration of his estate.
Most certainly. Let me gather my things and Feed my horse one last time.
One last time.
Oops.
You know something that we don't know?
It's Cthulhu. We're all
Just
gonna
check your
die.
phone. Yeah.
Just a matter
Okay,
of
man.
how, Dad.
I don't really die in Cthulhu.
Oh, we'll see.
This could be the first time in a while, but
Yeah.
I usually don't.
Okay. So you're
Pardon
gonna
me.
gather your
Yes, my belongings.
your book and all this. Okay, off we go.
Yeah, so Cornthwaite was a notable church donor.
Generous.
Oh, he was Catholic?
Yeah. This is Massachusetts
Nobody's
after
perfect.
I forget. Nope. Oh my god. Oh my god.
all.
I'm just screwing.
Careful.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Okay.
no,
Who cares?
he bought the Fitzgerald Mansion in 1919. He's not a native of the area. He bought the Fitzgerald Mansion in 1919,
Good card.
but immediately ingratiated himself to the community with tea parties and
Just like philanthropy, basically.
church and library donations,
Community outreach.
bridge nights at the mansion.
socials.
Punch
Yeah.
socials,
Oh.
exactly.
Cakewalks.
Yes.
Cakewalks, very much so. Yes.
Isn't that a little ethnic for Massachusetts?
I don't think so,
I
really?
think it is.
I don't know. I don't know if they have
In the
cakewalks.
I don't know,
in England.
that pie swap.
Well, what
There you
time
go.
is it?
It is 1925.
It is 1925.
Mhm.
Then it's definitely too ethnic for Massachusetts.
Alright. My mistake.
That's hilarious.
Pie swaps?
though.
Pie swap. There you go.
That is wholesome. Oh yes.
Yes. Yes. No cakewalks like the.
I'm
hillbillies
used
do.
to I'm used to cakewalks. What's going on here?
I don't know who said that. We're moving to.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
right now, Mashed
Voice.
Potato is thinking about a cakewalk he attended in West Virginia
Yeah.
last year.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good cake. I got a good cake too. I ate the whole thing myself.
You ate it all.
Mm-hmm.
He edit. All right. So, any other business in town before you head out?
No.
Somebody had a car, right? Who has a car?
Oh.
You do. Oh, Doc.
All
It would
right.
be an affordable automobile, but an automobile nonetheless.
Yes.
I'm guessing Simon took the bus in.
Oh yeah, you didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where's Simon from?
I'm from Arkham originally.
Oh, okay.
And Gamwell's kind of on the road between Boston and Salem. So.
Is it now?
Oh, it sure is.
It sure is.
Came down from Falcon Point.
Oh. Not Falcon Ridge.
Falcon Point. Curious.
Oh, wait. Falcon Crest is what I'm thinking.
Oh my god.
All right.
Ta-da!
Now we're talking.
Yep,
All right.
that's right.
Now we're in business.
Now
Jen's,
we're going.
Jen's awake.
Yep.
What? Falcon Crest?
Okay, so gonna head out to the Fitzgerald estate. All right.
Beautiful.
Okay, so yeah, it's as I said earlier, it's sort of a cold, overcast sort of day.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of little patches of snow clinging to the ground here and there from the last storm that came through.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chill wind is picking up. And excuse me.
I thought it was a dramatic pause.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Just pretend it was.
Okay.
Out on the road, out of town.
Mm-hmm.
One
I'm hitching.
one mashed potatoes
Got my thumb out.
Johnson. Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mashed potatoes Johnson walking backwards down the highway with his thumb out.
Got my thumb out.
You're out amongst some pretty swell territory. A lot of gentlemen farmers.
Mm-hmm.
Old New England blue bloods.
Yeah, there's barns around, right?
Oh sure, yeah.
I've been kind of barn hopping
Mm-hmm.
around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, most of these estates have some kind of garden wall or wrought iron fencing or something.
Yeah, I can scale that.
Mm-hmm. And they also look very well tended.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So you're hitchhiking and you see a Model A with police markings coming up.
Oh. I put my thumb down. I keep walking. I put my cap down.
Yeah.
Collar up.
So you kind of hear it, crunching along on the asphalt and getting slower.
No!
And then it pulls up alongside
No!
and just, starts pacing you.
I stop walking.
It stops.
I turn around and walk the other way.
Hey there, boy.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on a second.
I turn around and look at them. Yes,
Alright.
officer.
So there's a sour-faced Lee Marvin type in the car.
Oh no.
With a sheriff's Stetson on. And he's kind of leaning out so he can look at you from the passenger window. And he says, mind telling me what your business is out here?
Just making my way through the country.
Mm-hmm. And where would you have been, say, last night around midnight?
I was camped on the side of the road. I was sleeping,
I see.
like good people do at night.
I'm not suspicious at all.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a...
Oh,
Son of a...
bitch!
All right, unless you have like an acting...
Son of a.
Unless you have an acting skill of some sort.
Oh, no.
Nope.
You're
All right,
fast
give me
one?
an app times 5 roll then.
App times 5.
Mm-hmm. See how trustworthy
I make
you
it.
look.
Oh, I make it. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't make it really well.
So he kind of.
Surprised.
Wait, what'd you roll?
29
Okay.
minus 60.
60. Okay. So yeah, he kind of gives you old dead eye. But he
I'm
says,
used to this, so.
Yeah.
I
He
should
just
stare
says,
at him.
well, just mind you keep on walking.
That's what I was doing before you interrupted me, officer.
Oh!
Ow.
Damn it, Dad.
And we have our first casualty of the night.
Exactly.
No.
But if you happen to hear anything about Seb Watkins' horse, come back into town and tell me about it.
The horse?
That's right. Seb Watkins had a horse that went missing last night.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's terrible
It
news.
was a valuable animal,
All right.
and he's most distressed about it.
I'm sure he would be. Well, I will let you know, officer. I'm your eyes and ears out here.
So
You love me.
he motors away.
You love me. So I keep walking.
All right.
And I stick my thumb back out.
Yeah, exactly. So you're walking, along, and you kind of hit this property that looks maybe a little promising because it looks very overgrown.
Oh, good.
Untended.
Okay, good.
It's always a good sign.
All right, could I find a little opening passage? Because it's getting dark, right?
Well, sir.
What time of day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon,
Oh.
so this time of year, yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's
it's
already
starting to
starting to
get-
get dark.
All right,
yeah.
I gotta find a place to hang. So,
Yeah.
all right. So do I
Cold
find
wind.
a passage through?
Cold
into-
wind blowing. Well, what you see is
Yeah.
basically a tangled garden,
Mhm.
peeking up over a high stone wall with wrought iron spikes set into it
Oh, okay.
along the top. But it does have a large iron gate.
All right. Can I
Okay.
squeeze through the gate?
Well, it's got a chain and a padlock on it.
Yeah, but
you
how
could
far
try,
out does it open?
Yeah, you could try making a climb roll to get over.
Oh, my climb's damn good. Oh, I fail.
Okay. So, Dr. Hillier, you're driving up the country pike. Let's see.
I
I
have my
think,
driving hat on.
yeah.
And gloves? Do you have gloves too?
Oh,
of
especially in
course.
this weather.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely. And you know the
Maybe
Fitzgerald.
even like a white.
Yeah, that's what I
Of
was
course.
saying. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I'm
Absolutely.
very damn proud of this
Classy.
vehicle.
Classy.
So you know the Fitzgerald mansion is coming up here,
Oh, I do.
and in fact you see it up ahead, and you see what looks like some sort of transient trying to clamber over the gate. He's got like one leg hooked up over the top,
Oh,
but
That was me.
what the hell?
Yeah, sorry everybody.
That's all right. I think
All as well.
Edie.
Yeah, Edie's not over here.
Yeah.
and me including myself.
Ah!
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, yeah, the hobo's got his leg hooked up over the gate.
Edie,
I'm gonna honk furiously at him.
All right.
oh, what? So I jump out of my skin because I'm thinking it's the cop, right?
Right.
Edie, come here.
So yeah, he's kind of stuck up there actually. He's yeah.
Yeah, so
Snag your trousers.
my jacket's caught on the
Yeah, exactly.
on stuff. I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
trying to get.
The
Exactly.
Lord working his vengeance.
What was that?
So there's the Lord working his vengeance.
Oh.
It's gonna be like that, huh?
That's where we're going with this.
Blessed are the poor.
Yep, that's right. All right. So I try to disengage myself.
All right. You can give me a second climb roll.
Please get in there.
It's too late now.
Oh my God! I crit.
Nice.
Crit it.
Whoa.
All right. So
I slide into the.
right. So yeah, you
Triple backflip.
Yeah, exactly.
well yeah you get disengaged and manage to drop down on the other side of the gate.
Of the gate we're about to enter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lawfully.
And yeah, you see this carload of like 4 people.
Well, I don't know where you guys were going.
You know,
Well,
has pulled
now
up
you do.
outside. Yeah.
Come here, Edie.
Go on. All right. So you've got this hobo
Go for it.
on the far side of the gate.
Oh my, do you think it's dangerous?
And yeah, I don't know. I don't don't think mashed potatoes looks too dangerous.
No.
No.
He's very,
I say,
average.
you young ruffian.
What?
Are you moving out of the vehicle?
What are you doing?
Ruffian.
I'm almost shouting out the window at him.
Oh, okay.
You're out on the running board. Hey.
I'm looking for, what's his name's horse? I thought I saw it go into this
Seb
property.
Watkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I thought I saw it go into this property.
You have
This is
no
about
idea.
Ted Watkins' horse?
Yeah, you have no idea what he's talking about. What's this about Seattle Slew? All right.
That's it. That's his stuff.
All right.
Well, sister, you're good with horses. Maybe you could.
That's true.
I didn't see a horse. I'd see a horse from a mile away. Even in the dark.
Oh. Wow. Yes, I
Imagine your little wimple.
yeah. I thought I saw it go in here.
And how do you suppose it got through the gate then?
Magic.
You're not from around
Hey,
here. How do you
hey,
know it was
brother.
Ted's horse?
Because I do know about this place,
Oh.
so to speak. Oh man. Well, so I start kicking the dirt. Well, shucks, you caught me in a lie.
Aw.
Now what are you really doing here?
Looking for a warm place to sleep tonight.
Ah, the truth at last.
Well,
You can't fault a man for trying.
No,
No, but
can't
we.
turn it down.
That's right.
We can't turn it down.
That's right.
We are investigating a disappearance, though. A
Oh.
prominent man.
What's up with this place? A lot of things are disappearing.
You wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you?
No, I mean, do you see a horse with me? Why would I steal a horse?
Arthur, we're looking for Arthur Cornthwaite. Have you ever heard of this man?
Make a no roll.
maybe you're just.
I have heard about him. I have heard about him. I have heard about
Because you read that.
that gentleman. I read the paper.
Yeah.
So he's missing, is he?
He is. He's not
So-
been seen in almost 2 weeks.
So why are you all here? What is this? Is this his is this his property?
Yes.
Oh.
We are an assemblage of professionals from this fine community. Who are here to
Uh-oh.
try and see if we can find the
Too
well,
weird.
just any trace.
Oh wow. I'm sorry to hear he's missing. I'm happy to help in any way I can.
I love how you're having this
using
whole
for-
conversation through a locked gate.
Yeah.
For lifting.
Oh, yeah, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Totally missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's unlock the gate then.
Alright.
Let's get into this
We can
thing.
use him to help with some lifting if needed.
Yes. Yes, it's good to have
I'm
some
really
manual
good at
labor.
that. I'm really good at that.
I
So
bet he is.
yeah.
Give me some corn muffins, I'll do anything you ask.
Yep.
All right, so
Blintzes.
or blintzes. So yeah, it looks like the attorneys neglected to give you a key to the padlock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
That's fantastic.
Oh
That's just fantastic.
no. What jerks.
Mhm.
All right, well, should I try and pick the lock?
If you like,
I will try and
Oh
pick
wait.
the lock.
Let me.
You have
Yeah.
locksmith too?
Let me see.
your mechanical repair.
Let me look. I'm looking. 20. No, I have. No, I'm really bad. Sorry, mister. I'm really bad at the lock.
And I also fail.
Let me try.
It's a bit rusted.
Oh.
You got it?
Oh, I did. I got it.
All right.
Wow.
Oh,
hey,
sweet.
mashed potatoes coming through already.
Yeah. I don't say anything. I don't rub it in, but I'm like, yeah, they need me.
Aww.
He's finally found
No,
his
I
forever
belong
family.
to the road.
Oh.
I just like to help people out.
Sounds like a, philanthropic hobo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a hobo with a heart of gold.
That's right.
So so Simon, you start trying to pick the lock with your lock pit set, and it's just this
Fail.
rusted thing. And so Mashed Potato's just like, I find if you just give it a little hit on the back,
Yeah.
and you just kind of you have a hammer.
I have a
right?
hammer, so
Take
I
your
knock
hammer
it.
up, boom, comes right open.
Yeah, alright.
Hey, all right. Okay.
Alright, so I
and
make
so
a
the,
show. I make a show
Yes,
of.
you pull the gate back, and
yes.
it makes this like really loud,
Wow.
rusted creaking sound.
Okay, that's a clue.
He hasn't been home in a while, eh?
There's a wide driveway leading off, kind of into this this overgrown garden. You can all give me spot hidden rolls.
Yay.
Pass?
Oh, I fail.
Barrel.
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay.
Yeah, 19. So you want to be lower than that?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, lower than
Added, and do you add the percentage that's
No.
next to it, or
Nope.
that's just?
You just look at the percentage you want to get.
You want to get
Okay.
under
One on
that,
the
yeah.
line.
Okay.
One on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Made it?
Got it?
Okay.
Cool.
So, Simon, of course, your eyes immediately fix on the gambrel roofs of the house.
Striking.
Yes, kind of visible from beyond the tree line.
Fancy dude.
And Sister Julia, you see a sort of weathered roof of a garden shed or some kind of structure like that out in the garden, just off to your right. And there are like pathways leading off into the garden, as well as the drive going up towards the house.
Is there a kitchen in the house? Kind of
That's
hungry.
There you see chimneys.
That's great.
Alright, I'm gonna head toward the front of the. I'm gonna follow closely. So I want to be there so I can look in the pantry. Starving.
That's right.
Alright.
Biscuit. Alright, let's crack this case. Come on, everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna follow Simon.
So we're going up the front steps. How's
Alright.
the house repair? Is it in good repair? Am I going to fall through the front porch?
Well, you're approaching the mansion. It's a let's see here. It's 2 stories and an attic.
Alright.
And it's all shuttered up. It's
It
kind
is.
of
Oh.
it's kind of just sitting there brooding under the leaden sky.
Oh boy.
Dang, rooting.
Yeah.
Leaden.
Cobwebbed in ivy.
Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Cobwebs.
You got it.
Poor man had no one to help him. It's like,
It's definitely well constructed.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Well, it is that,
Bethany notes.
yeah.
Servant was out of town.
Look at that
Often.
brown molding.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Although you do note that it seems to have a slightly tilted aspect to it.
Oh.
Perhaps its foundation.
The foundation
is a
seems to be
little crooked.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Odd.
Yeah. And yes, it has a sort of forest green front door and cornices around its door frame, with a fine carved oak and a fine brass knocker.
Well, I'll try the knocker before we go busting in and see if we get any response.
Mm-hmm. Even through your gloves, you can feel how cold the metal is to the touch.
Boom.
Give it a little tap,
I love it.
and
No,
wait, a minute or whatever, and
nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody. Inwards?
Onward home.
All right.
Alright, so you have the key. This time you have the key. And it slides in the,
Does anyone else want tea? Who wants tea?
I'm good.
Bless
Oh.
your heart.
I have
you're
mint.
just so good.
Okay.
Isn't she amazing?
Chamomile?
She's amazing. I would be
Or
totally
mint.
exhausted.
Mint would be great. Thank you.
I'm like, what's going on?
We're
We're
praising you.
complimenting your high hospitality
I
fashion.
know.
Ludicrous.
Daz, I want to live with you too.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the key goes in the lock,
Maribos.
no problem. And the door swings open. And as it swings open, a slight shower of plaster and a couple dislodged pieces come down from the roof of the hall and hit the floor right in front of you.
Oh,
I
thank
wonder
you.
if we're having a problem with the plumbing here.
So it looks like it.
Goodness.
Looks like
Wow.
a cheap.
Oh my goodness. How long has this place been abandoned?
Indeed. So,
This is a crime. Look at this silk blend wallpapering.
Yeah, it is a crime.
so yes, with the windows shuttered and it being so gray and dim outside, it's pretty dark inside. Does anyone have any lighting sources?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got a flashlight.
Okay.
Also, flashlight.
Alright, so we're good.
Okay.
On a lighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what you do is you have a number of equipment points equal to your credit rating, and you just check off boxes to make that.
Okay, I think I'd like a flashlight. Haha.
Haha! Damn it. All right.
Good idea.
Always one step ahead of me. All right, so so yes, it is a fine example of New England interior design with much in the way of fine carved wood paneling and yeah,
Has a bit of the old world in it.
yes, and silkscreen wallpaper.
Nice.
Yet it's falling to pieces after only 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, playing your flashlights around, you can see that the roof of this hall is showing signs of severe water damage.
This is in really major disrepair, right?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, is there a pantry nearby?
Well, what you're looking at is basically a sort of entryway, kind of, there's a umbrella stand and coat rack that still has like a couple umbrellas in it, a couple coats, a hat. I mean, it's fully stocked.
Brace yourself, doctor.
You
We're gonna
know.
find a body.
Does it smell like a body?
my kid.
Doesn't smell like there's a body around.
No.
It smells moldy.
Yeah.
There's a slight moldy tinge to the air.
All right. Well.
But anyway, so you're looking
Yes.
you're looking down this hall. You see a few patches of disturbed plaster here and there.
Patches? Any footprints in those patches?
No.
Oh, that's a good question.
But at any rate, the entryway kind of opens out into a large kind of receiving hall, if you will.
Okay.
There's a stairway going up, and then essentially hauls off in all cardinal points.
All right. Is there a kitchen nearby?
Well, you'll have to go explore.
I'm gonna go explore.
Alright, so we should just.
Which way do you want to explore?
You're going off on your own then.
Mm-hmm.
Taters. All right.
I'm gonna go on the west side of the house.
The west side. Okay. So
Would
let's
I've
see.
ever made the not doctor. Would I've ever made any house calls, possibly? In such a small
question.
town?
Give me a luck roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, couldn't have got that.
Yes, I have.
So yeah, you've seen him here. You're chiefly familiar actually with the second floor since you would go up to see him in his master bedroom
Yes.
when he's been ill.
I'm mostly curious about maybe a study. You'd have like personal.
You know that he
letters
has a library and a study. The library would be to your left, where mashed potatoes is going, and the study would be to your right.
Do I know where the kitchen is?
It's at the back of the house.
Okay, I'm just gonna laugh and not say.
I gotta find me some victuals.
What a cruel doctor. Oh, he's just a doctor.
Oh, he's just a
Never
doctor.
Well, you haven't said out loud. You haven't said out loud that you were looking for food. You just said you're helping us.
I am looking for food.
But have you said it out loud?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
there you
I
But you're a good study of character.
you can tell when a man's hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard my stomach growling, probably. Grumble, grumble. All right, I'm looking in the study, right? Or no, I'm
you're
saying
heading towards
study's
the
opposite.
library. Basically, ahead of you, you can see to your left. There's a library. Directly ahead of you is what you would guess would be a cloakroom, and then there's some
Are there
other.
any coats? Are there any coats inside?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look inside the cloakroom.
All right. All right. So you open the door and you see a large figure standing there.
Oh my god!
Before you realize it's just a heavy overcoat hanging on a coat hanger.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put it on. I need a better coat.
That's true. This will be a good one for the
All right,
winter.
so I'm gonna trade it out with my old coat.
All right. So the hobo is busily looting the house.
I'm sorry, this isn't D&D, but
Check for money.
I check the pockets. I do. I check the pockets for anything.
Yeah, no, they're empty. All right.
Damn.
All right. So what are the rest of you doing?
Self-respecting man keeps that in his waistcoat.
Oh.
Clearly.
I'm gonna hot-foot it all around to try and find a body. I'm just going room to room to room. Just quick shirts for like
I would
any
like
body.
to go to his study.
I'm gonna head to the study as well.
Okay.
I'm actually going to follow you. I'm just
Yeah,
Yeah,
taking it
I'm
all
having a
in.
great time.
Thing, I mean,
Great books.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
true.
Yeah.
But I know that he's bought several pocket watches
Oh.
from me, and I'd like to see the entire collection.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. So will you be going clockwise or counterclockwise around the first floor?
Counterclockwise.
Okay.
I always go counterclockwise.
Oh,
All right. So that would bring all of you to the study first.
Right.
So 2 of you detach and go in, and then Simon and Bethany, you continue on.
Yeah.
Just opening doors really quick.
Yeah,
You see a sort of a junk-filled room, probably like a storage room. Distinct moldy smell in here. The next room is a parlor, obviously. And then actually across, like in the hall across from the storeroom is a door to a dining room. You see service for one. Silver cutlery has been laid out on the table. And then going down the hall past the parlor takes you into the kitchen.
No bodies.
No bodies.
No bodies.
Yeah.
All right.
So far.
All right. No corpses.
Yeah.
All right, so out of the cloakroom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm heading toward the kitchen.
Okay, sure.
Trying to.
All right. So you make your way back towards the kitchen. So you actually the kitchen has a door at either end. So you come in shortly after Simon and Bethany enter from the other side.
Oh, hey! Hi there!
The transient is wearing a heavy overcoat that he wasn't wearing when he came in.
Well, I don't care.
Good. All right, I'm
You're a
gonna check.
private investigator.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna check the pantry for things.
All right. So
Do they
you
have an
op-
icebox?
you open
Yes.
the door to the pantry and your nostrils are assailed by a rotting smell.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Give me a con times 5 roll.
Oh.
Right away.
I'm sorry. It's just like, oh my god. I fail.
All right. Yeah. So you start gagging. Yeah.
oh my, what is that stench?
Yeah.
Scott.
I back off. I don't know what's in there, man. It's
All
not
right.
good.
I'm sidling, light-footedly, big weight. Boop, 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 boop,
Yep.
boop. What's going on?
It's a pantry with an icebox in it, and there's a big puddle of water under the icebox.
Oh.
Whatever was, the icebox melted, and
There's an
whatever was
icebox in the
there-
pantry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever was in there has gone off.
All right, let me just open it.
Yeah. So just a bunch of green meat.
God.
Green meat. All right, we got
Oh,
nothing. We got
there
nothing.
has to be maggots.
I don't know. This time of year?
Maggots
In the cold?
or in anything?
Let it be.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Especially too, rotting meat can put off a lot of heat. All
Yeah,
on its own.
exactly.
That's a good point.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Swarming
the
with maggots.
decomposition.
Oh!
Con times 5 roll, please.
Again, for you.
Yeah, for you.
All right. I don't know.
12?
12. All right.
13?
60 or less.
I failed.
All right.
Ew.
Yeah. So you actually do lose your lunch.
Wretch.
Oh,
Oh,
rotting
gross.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
meat. A little
worst.
something fresh for the maggots then.
Yeah, there goes the sausage.
Sausage?
There goes the
Kippers and
hoagie.
toast.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Meanwhile, back in the study.
Yes.
Oh, my stars.
So Dr. Harper and Sister Julia have entered the study.
Dr. Harper.
Oh.
What?
Call
Oh,
me Dr. Harper.
I'm sorry. That's yes,
think I
Dr.
am.
Hilliard. So yeah, it's just
Call me Herb.
a
Call me Herb.
Herb.
it's just your standard issue study. It's kind of small. There's a roll top desk with a desk lamp up against the window that faces the drive.
Mm-hmm.
There is a book lying open on the desktop. And other than that,
Any like letters, mail, perhaps?
no mail. Nope. There's kind of a wet patch in the silk wallpaper on one of the walls.
A crime, a crime.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
true
ruined.
crime.
It's ruined.
Well, let's
sure.
go and inspect the book first.
Yeah, let's see what it was.
All right. So the binding creaks a little as you close it to look at the cover. It is a 12-year-old book titled "The Missing People: The Tribe That the Jungle Swallowed" by Thomas Pratt.
Missing people, eh?
Interesting.
I think we should check his room and see if it looks like he packed a bag and there's clothing missing or something.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm. And it also bears the stamps of the Gamwell Public Library.
Oh. I can't even imagine what his finds must be at this point. I'm taking it with me.
All right.
This book is for the public.
Oh, that's right. Wow. He is a hard ass.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna meet up?
So, yeah, I mean, I'm still in the kitchen, so in spite of the gagginess.
Yeah, so yeah, you're back out in the kitchen.
I want to look in the pantry
Found
for
like a
food.
pack of biscuits.
Yeah, I want to find anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's some shelves out in the kitchen too.
I'm going to look in those.
Okay.
What is there?
Yeah, I mean, there's like some saltines.
All right, I'm going to take that.
And then, but mostly just
Sardines?
No, those would be in
No?
the pantry. But there's like flour, sugar, tea, coffee.
Coffee.
Like tins
There is a gap in the line, like something was taken out.
Oh,
Kidding.
Yeah.
Salt, perhaps?
yeah. No, it sounds like,
Jeez.
yeah.
Yes, in fact.
And with
As you
salt?
give it a second look, there's no salt.
Oh.
That's weird. All right. Hey, Chief,
Yeah.
there's no salt in this pantry.
So the man ran out of salt. Wait a minute, he was having a big salt delivery.
No extra salt.
I mean, how much salt does one man need?
Oh my god.
And actually, give me those of you in the kitchen. Give me a tracking roll.
Ooh.
That's my tracking.
Oh, I failed. Damn it.
Yeah, I failed.
Oh, yeah.
Failed. We all failed.
Very good.
Can I push?
I wish.
Can you push?
Oh, if only.
I
I mean, this is a one shot. Come on.
No, I'm just trying to think of what would happen if you failed your
Right.
push.
Piece of sodden ceiling falls on him.
There we go.
You get pushed into locked in the pantry somehow.
I already vomited.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now you're stuck in there with your vomit.
My track is 10. I got a 15.
No!
Oh.
Your track is 10 for a private
Yeah, what kind of
event.
PI has a low track?
Mine's 30.
That's weird.
I don't know what to say.
Can I push?
Yeah, sure.
I want to know what this thing is. We need a.
Oh no. I make it.
All right.
Nice.
So I slip on my ass, and the
Yeah.
ceiling hits me in the skull.
And
no,
the hobo
basically,
finds
some of the ceiling plaster detaches, and it's a big chunk, and it hits you right on the noggin,
Brained.
Oh.
and one point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do I see?
As you're like coming out of the pantry like wiping your mouth.
Yeah.
Ah!
I hate this place.
I'm gonna hear him scream.
Yes, you definitely hear a loud curse coming from some other part of the
loud
house.
swear.
Come here,
Taking
sister.
Ronaldo's name in vain.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
What
yes,
language?
mashed potatoes. As you continue
Yeah,
to
taters.
canvass the room,
Yes.
you note there's a laundry room off of the kitchen here,
Yes.
and then there's also what you would guess is a cellar door. Right next to the laundry room. But there is a line of salt that's been traced
Weird.
along the base of the door.
Hey, Chief, check this out. There's a line of salt going to that door over there.
So
that's-
the stars are starting to clear.
Yeah.
Alright, so I go to the door.
That's creepy as
I
hell. You
open
go
it.
first.
I open
Have
it.
we made it in by
I
now?
go.
I'm assuming.
Yes. It was just down the hall. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard me exclaim and then wandered in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heard a very loud swear.
Uh-huh.
Is everyone alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this weirdness.
Alright, so I'm gonna open up the door. Can I,
Weirdness abounds.
can I try the knob?
Certainly. So it's a push,
Alright.
and you go to push it open and it won't budge.
Oh.
Like it's locked or like there's something behind it?
Well, there's no lock on this door.
Oh, so there's something behind it.
Ooh.
I'm gonna push more. Can I use my
What do we got?
It's on the floor, right?
strength?
That's set into the wall.
Oh, okay.
Or
We could still maybe kick it.
alright.
Yeah, give it a shot. Mhm.
Kick?
What would kick be?
I don't have kick.
No,
do
just
you
the
have
default.
Yeah, just
Just the default. 25.
There's kick?
Yeah, 25. Oh, is that not
Under
for
weapons.
everybody?
Under weapons.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone.
Oh,
everyone
under
has
weapons.
kick.
Oh yeah,
But
kick.
you don't have to roll. That's just for combat.
Oh.
Whoever's kicking the door, just give me your strength.
My strength is 13.
13.
Very good.
Okay, so go ahead and roll D100, please.
I have to get 13?
No.
What am I rolling for?
Just, I'll tell you.
Oh. 75.
75. Okay. So yeah, you give it a couple good kicks and it just does not budge. It's maybe as if it was nailed shut or otherwise sealed in some,
All right, I can't let this stand. I'm proud.
way.
I gotta try it again. I gotta try it too.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna look around for any tools.
Okay.
If there's any like crowbars or anything.
Oh,
like that.
Mr. Potatoes, don't you have a?
Oh God.
I do.
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Potatoes.
Mr. Potatoes. That is awesome.
Mr. Tater Tot.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. I have a hammer,
Right.
ma'am.
All right. Well, you're gonna go. Let me.
No,
let
go
me just,
for it.
let me
I'll see what the chief can do.
Big stupid force here on this.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
for it,
Give me a
chief.
D1 roll. Oh, what's your strength?
13, 47.
47. Okay. Yeah, same. Just
All right.
you
What
leave
if
a
we-
bunch of shoe prints on the door.
What if we try to
Sweaty
budget
and angry.
together? What?
Yeah.
You're
Good
sweaty
idea.
and angry.
Yeah, let's do
Why
it.
don't we both like shove against the door?
It's kind of a
Okay.
narrow door, so you can really only get one person on it at
All
once.
Fine.
Can I try again?
Sure.
2 feet, maybe. You could
Do a.
kick at
Do
the
a
same
full-
time. Yeah.
Just do a drop
you
kick.
do the like back to back, lock your elbows.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it that way.
yeah.
There you go.
Do the horse kick.
All right.
All right, let's do it that way. Let's do it that way.
All right. Give
All right.
me another strength roll.
61.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nothing. No budging.
Goodness.
I'm just. Everyone's trying.
It's fun.
I'm the only
kinda
other
fun.
gentleman I
Just get it
feel.
down.
It's a good
What's
way
your
to get
what's
our.
your strength?
I got 30. It's 10.
Strength is 10. Okay. So yes. No go.
As they're doing that, I'm thinking about the times he came into confession. Is there anything I can roll to maybe he talked about his house
Yeah.
or something weird that was going on?
Yeah, that's a great.
Give me an idea roll.
All right.
Ideas.
I got an 11.
So idea,
My
yeah.
idea
On your
is
second roll?
Yeah.
All right.
What is your idea?
60.
Okay.
And I got a 86.
Oh.
89.
Oh.
Nothing.
All right, I'm gonna look around.
maybe.
Confessing to you.
Hey, they're coming through. They're coming through.
Can I look around for tools, like I mentioned?
Yes.
What do I roll for that?
Where are you looking?
Just there's like cupboards and stuff all around, right?
Oh, so you're staying in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Although the garden shed would most certainly have.
Oh yeah. Where's that? Outside?
You spotted it out in the garden
All
there.
right, I'm gonna go out to the garden shed.
But didn't Dr. Hillier just loosen the door? I mean, didn't that just happen? No?
Nope.
No.
All right.
Well, I
So-
know a
Apparently
bit
the
about
Levin was
Fitzgerald
mad.
houses. Maybe I know something about these strange doors.
Oh.
that might
Give me a
Yeah,
no
you
roll.
might.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
A no roll.
It's a trick door.
Ooh. Oh, my nose is high. I make it.
Yes. So I'm out at the garden shed.
All right.
So I
There you
peer
go.
closely at
So-
the door.
What? I'm not?
No, yeah. So so yeah, you're kind of thinking about like
It's a large garden.
this.
No, I'm not there yet.
No, you cannot teleport to the garden shed.
No, I said I'm walking to the garden
Oh,
shed.
I thought you said you were at the garden shed.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to the garden shed.
Pardon me.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
That'd be
so-
cool.
Seriously.
So yeah, so with these mansions, like sometimes they do have weird architectural features, like
Secret levers.
yeah, monk's holes, like little secret
Yeah.
rooms and stuff. So
Monk's holes?
yeah, monk's holes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you comment on this aloud to us?
Hmm?
Do you comment on this aloud to the whole group?
Maybe the kicking isn't going to work. I suspect that there's a lever that we may find in one of these cabinets.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm.
Good. We're good.
All right.
I
Meanwhile-
suggest we start looking.
Heading to the shack. All right. So
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So let's see. You exit the house. You walk across the crunching drive.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Mhm.
Crunchy.
Give me a natural history roll.
My natural history is 50, so
Oh, wow.
for whatever reason, and I fail it regardless.
And now an idea roll.
I make that.
Okay. So you start heading into the garden. It is singularly overgrown. It is in dire need of maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
And you also note that you hear no evidence of bird or animal life.
But it's January. Why would there be animals around?
Well, in such a wild and overgrown garden, you would expect to maybe find some birds, hunkered down amongst the shrubs, perhaps, or.
I'm looking that closely that I'd see birds and shrubs.
No, it's just that you note that.
Oh, okay.
You're really quiet.
Yeah.
All right, so it's really quiet.
Exactly.
All right.
You would guess this has gone untended for months. This garden.
It looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Is the shed in sight at all?
Let's see. So you're following a garden path, and it's just kind of wending its way through. An overhanging branch strikes you on the top of the head.
No. Ow.
And coming around a corner, you come across a fungi-encrusted hollow log. Blocking the path in a particularly damp area.
Crowbar's not worth it. I'm gonna turn around and go away.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't want to catch the mold.
I died.
Here's the thing.
treat
Here's why I say this is because you ran a scenario for me.
Oh yes.
Like years ago.
Oh bitch.
Yeah. And basically.
I was killed by an alien fungus. Boo-hoo.
It's true. I was within like an hour of playing this game. He's like, oh, so this happened. I'm like, yeah, this happened. Yeah. All right.
You're now a giant.
You
blue
are
fungal
now
growth.
a blue fungal growth. You have no idea what you're. Okay. Of course, I'm gonna go over the log.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Give me a Dex times 3 roll.
Alright, my Dex. These stats are kind of weird, but okay. I make it.
Okay, great. So you're able to clamber over and avoid slipping in the patch of mud on the other side.
Lovely. Thank God.
Your new overcoat does get a bit,
That's
mussed
okay.
up.
That's alright.
Okay, and then you continue following the path until coming into view is this windowless garden shed. Peeling green paint, door slightly ajar.
Alright, I'm gonna go inside.
You take a step forward and pause because something seems a bit sinister about the place.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Rotting horse meat.
Hello? I call out.
Yeah, no response.
I have a lighter. Is it dark?
It is dark inside, so yeah, you can light your Zippo if you
Okay,
want.
I'm gonna light my
Okay.
and go inside.
Alright, so there's a litter of leaves and... Thank you.
Sorry.
There's a litter of leaves and other sort of detritus that's been blown in.
Okay.
But many tools. Wheelbarrow, rake.
Crowbar?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up the crowbar.
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh, fail.
Okay. And give me a Dex times 5 roll.
Oh gosh.
Fail.
Ooh.
Oh.
Alright, so you move forward
You
maybe...
get impaled on a hoe.
Well, you move forward a little, maybe a little too fast.
Okay.
And yeah, like this rake almost seems to jump out at you and like slash you across the cheek.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get out of here. So I turn to leave.
Okay. Are you getting your crowbar still?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in hand.
All right. So yeah, it definitely seems like the implements are kind of moving in the shadows cast by your
Cannot
lighter.
be true.
Give me
That can't
another
be
spot
true.
hidden roll.
Oh my god.
I make it. Wait. Yeah, I definitely make that.
Okay. So you realize, yeah, it's just the light from the flickering light from your lighter.
Okay, that's
seeming
it.
to give them
Yeah, it
life.
just looks weird.
Yeah.
I've dealt with weird shadows before. I'm gonna head out.
I've dealt with weird shadows.
I have.
Well, there was
Alright.
the coat, you know.
There was. The coat was weird. The whole place is weird. Alright.
Okay. So meanwhile, back in the mansion, what are you guys up to?
We're looking systematically through the...
For a lever. Okay, that's
Yes.
right.
Or a button or something like that.
Switch.
Yeah.
Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
also
nothing.
comment
Pull rope.
That
Yeah.
we did find a rather strange spot in the study on one of the walls.
Did you?
Perhaps there's
Oh.
something behind it.
Really?
It was just an unusual wet spot on the wall, not the ceiling.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we checked all of the cabinets?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing-
Let's go check that out then.
Nothing is opening that door.
Nope.
Wow.
Not from this
Well,
side, at least.
And I give
Right.
up. Let's go
My
check out
sister
the
Julie
stain.
wants to
Yeah.
go back to the library. I got a library used to 60. Maybe she can look around and be like, maybe
there
there's
we
a
go.
weird book that might.
Oh yeah.
Pull the book. Open the door.
Oh
yeah. Scooby Doo.
Got away with it too.
Yeah.
Going through your darn
Darn
lines.
kids.
Cornwall at the right there.
Meddling
Just
kid.
hiding.
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah.
All right, you found me. Go home. All
Thanks for playing.
Him and the horse.
Yeah,
You've
him and the
seen my
horse.
horribly kept house.
And the horse, yes.
And the horse.
Say nothing.
Oh my god, no. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh.
Horse is
That's
wearing
my coat you
stockings.
got.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my coat you
Hey.
got. To the stain.
To the stain.
Yes.
Do you want to cut through the dining room? It's the most direct route.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So I'm making my way back to the house.
Okay. Give me a listen roll.
Ooh. I want to make a bunch of rolls.
Fail.
All right. Very well. Damn. So cutting through the dining room, as you saw before, there's a silver service for one laid out on
That's
the long,
Yep.
dark table.
That's not good.
Nope.
And you also see a few slivers of broken glass on the floor.
Oh.
Clue.
Yeah.
Let's examine it.
Mm-hmm.
The walls in here, the plaster is actually cracking from moisture.
From moisture.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Oh, I'm not
We'll
even
get
in
to
there.
that,
Sorry.
yeah. We'll get there.
I'm not in.
Checking the broken glass, you see
Yes.
it looks like a pepper shaker was knocked on the floor.
All right.
Could he have been disturbed during his meal?
Could have been. We don't know.
It's entirely
Yeah.
possible. All right, so you
God.
emerge from the dining room, go past the stairs into the hall, and
What a shame it was an 1875 pepper.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was a German.
Right.
Oh.
And thence to the library. All right, so yes, many volumes here. Let's see. Well, it's a well-stocked library, but there's lots of gaps on the shelves. Books have been removed. You can give me a library use roll.
Library use is 60. 92.
Oh.
Here goes.
She's off her
Okay.
game.
Yeah, anyone can make it
Oh.
if you want.
Oh, I missed it by one.
Ugh,
Worse.
stinky. Stinky rolls.
Ooh, I make it by
Yes.
4.
Okay, now give me an idea
Whoa.
roll.
Nice.
Idea roll. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Yes, I make it. By 5 this time.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
I
the
love
math.
it. I love it.
No, fine.
No.
So,
Somebody's getting it.
so Bethany, being an antiquarian and everything, you're used to kind of seeing the big picture, and you're like, oh, that's odd that all those books are missing, and you start to kind of look at them, and there's, all of you know who are looking at the shelves that the subject ranges are exploration, archaeology, history, anthropology, those sorts of things. But you kind of put, 2 and 2 together, and you realize that in every section, most of the explored areas and continents of the world are covered, but there's nothing on South America.
Oh. Did you notice this? There's nothing on South America here.
He's down on his luck. Maybe he was selling those first.
Or it's
But
possible if he did go on another exploration. He was in South America last. He may have
just-
brought his books with
Maybe he
him.
never
It's
unpacked
true.
it from the first trip. Says a little haunting voice. Am I back?
You're back.
walking
All right,
in
I'm back.
as you walk in.
Yeah, as I walk in.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh!
Maybe he never unpacked it in the first place.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, what?
awesome.
I just found a crowbar.
Yeah.
Good work.
We could check out that door.
Good work.
So there,
Hey, maybe you need an assistant.
Yeah, maybe I do.
Yeah.
so
Maybe
checking
you'll
the.
meet me. Maybe
That's all
we'll
I
be eating
ask.
these saltines for dinner tonight.
Ayo. All right, so checking the books, you see that a few are mold damaged and moisture damaged, and there is water damage present in the walls and
Aw.
ceiling.
Oof.
Tragedy.
So
Okay.
you can all make spot hidden rolls.
Yay. 8.
Oh,
Made it!
God.
Oh, yeah!
My spot hidden's
33.
horrible.
Oh, I missed it by 3.
No.
Oh, actually make it, yeah.
This
Yay.
really is just kind of wandering around.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a
Getting
crit?
anything.
Wait.
Oh no, that's 100.
Oh.
Never
Okay.
mind. I totally don't make it.
So you're totally into this whole South America thing.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
a phrenology textbook.
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't see those much anymore.
Nope.
All right. So meanwhile, Simon and Herb, you both.
Dr. Herb to you.
my
Oh,
God. All right.
wow.
So you both.
That's awesome.
Friendly but formal.
Yes.
Right.
Friendly, but is that like the tagline on your calling card? Friendly but formal doctor, medical care.
Well, it's the only doctor in town. I get very familiar with everyone.
I'm sure you do.
You both noticed a knot hole sticking out of the wood paneling on the wall, like about 1/8 of an inch. Mm-hmm.
If we prod it,
Yeah.
just do anything.
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Nothing.
No gift.
Does it seem like it'll come out,
You
maybe?
could try get it out with your fingernails. Yeah. Give me a Dex times 3 roll.
6 times 3. No. I do have some of my little doctor tools, though.
There you go.
There we go.
Could I?
All right. Yeah, if you want to, get out some forceps or something. And, just.
I always have my horse force.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
There you go. That's a little bigger.
Perfect.
No, it's
Forceps.
from Deadlands.
The horse forceps.
Oh yeah!
Oh.
Oh my god, I totally
Wow.
forgot about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Taking it back.
How could anyone else forget about
Way back. Sorry.
I can't.
So I'm taking kills.
I know.
I still think about it.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Haunts my dreams.
Of course, or even just like some of my little, scalpel-y,
Yeah.
pick it out,
All right, so yeah, it comes out.
Oh.
Little pop.
little plug.
And
It's like a spy hole. Perhaps.
well, it was a natural knot, but somebody worked it out, and then inside is a little folded up piece of paper.
Oh. Pay dirt.
Pull it out.
Yes.
It is
Unfurl
it is
it.
a yellowed piece of paper. Looks like it's been in there quite a while, and it is covered on both sides with a closely packed scrawl. The ink has aged badly and is almost illegible. The only thing you can really make out is the signature, which is larger than the rest of the text and reads AC.
Those are his
Oh
initials.
yeah, they are.
You can't make out any of.
Well, you can kind of make it out, and give me a psychology roll.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't make it.
What do you got there, Doc?
Take a look.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a psychology roll on that?
Mhm.
And I pass it.
Nice.
Sweet.
What you see is basically just word salad. Whoever wrote this was severely imbalanced.
This is scary looking.
Hmm.
I think he was tripping out there. Wonder if he wasn't feverish or something.
It's possible. He was suffering from a variety of maladies upon his return. No one really knows what managed to rid himself of it. Still in the jungle.
The devil can't strike the weak.
That's right. That's right.
Actually, Bethany, does Bethany have like any kind of antique or antiquarian skill,
Oh, I'm sure.
or maybe just a no roll?
There's archaeology.
I think just a no roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, I make it by 2.
Yay.
So you know your paper pretty well.
Ah,
Different types of paper and how it ages and stuff.
yes.
You would guess from the way this paper looks that the paper, can't speak for the writing, but the paper at least is about 30 years old.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
This is turn of the century parchment.
High acid content, it decays rapidly.
Kerosene.
About a 25-pound cold press. No.
I'm gonna go back to the kitchen
Okay.
and try to open up that door with the crowbar.
Ah,
I want
yeah.
to see if they're. I don't know.
What about the stain? Can I look at the stain, Doc? Where'd
In
you
the
see
study,
stain?
in the
In
study.
the study? Oh, we're not in the right
Next to the
room
desk.
for that.
Mhm.
All right.
I'm going to try to light a candle and hold the paper up to it and see if there's a watermark.
Oh,
of
sure.
some sort.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
idea.
that's easily done.
Great idea.
And you don't see any like hidden messages or anything.
Oh, okay.
Is it light on
It's
fire?
it's only if you were trying to push your roll somehow.
Yes.
No, I mean there's a manufacturer's watermark
Oh, okay.
that just confirms the age actually. of
But
the
nothing
paper.
like personal.
But yeah, no.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
lemon juice writing.
No, no urine writing.
All right.
Live
so
in South America.
Yeah. You never know.
No, you don't know.
okay, so you're heading back to the kitchen. Okay. You're going to crowbar the cellar door.
Try to.
Okay.
Where's Potatoes going with the crowbar?
Hey, I'm gonna try to open up that door.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to open up that kitchen door, Chief.
All right.
Alright, so.
Let's
So
go.
I'm giving up the stain for the crowbar.
We can always go back.
Yeah.
We're following.
He's going forward.
That's right.
Alright,
He's got
so
a
what can I
weapon.
do? Mechanical repair? Like lockpick? With the crowbar?
Actually, I'll just say your strength was what, 13 again?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just give you a bonus on your strength and make a D100 roll.
A bonus on my strength, eh? 49.
Okay, so you put the crowbar into the door jamb and you lever it, and you were expecting resistance, and the door just opens.
Wow.
It's like the crowbar didn't even really do anything.
So it almost goes back in.
Yeah, you can almost like fall over.
Ah!
You're ready to.
Hey! The door opened.
This is strange.
Oh, what's the commotion?
The door opened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we look inside the door.
How does it smell?
I know, yeah, exactly. Is it stinky?
Let's see.
No.
There's a
Musty?
there's a slightly there's a slight odor, but it mostly just smells of like a sort of disinfectant smell.
Oh boy, that's even scarier.
Oh, wow.
Do we
Yeah,
hear
it's like
anything? Do we get any dripping water, maybe from the...
No sound of dripping water. No.
Shine the flashlight down, trying to see if we can
Yeah.
see before going in.
So you can see down the stairs, and all you can see really is the stairs and the immediate floor at the bottom. But everything has a sort of sheen to it.
Like it's wet or oily?
Oily slime.
Slime!
Slime.
Could I do...
But it's not slimy. It's just
Shiny.
reflective, like it was polished with a
Iridescent.
slimy oil.
Maybe like a chemistry or
Doctor.
something
Recognize
like that?
Or like a glaze or something?
Like a glaze, maybe. Yeah.
Everything? Every surface?
I'll try...
Yeah.
I guess.
And you can see the floor of the cellar is like cracked and sagged from severe water damage.
We got some kind of an oil leak. Or
Have we been upstairs yet?
No.
No, we
No,
gotta
we've
go
not
up there.
Yeah,
No.
I think we need to see what's...
Yeah, I think we need to check it out.
We've got this
causing this
exciting
water?
oil though.
It's
Yeah.
weird. Is there anything we could take from the room? Like...
Well, if you want to go down in there.
I have a rope too.
You do?
Yeah.
2 tugs means pull it back. 3 tugs means run for your life.
Sister Julie's a little creeped out. And that door just flew open by itself.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
She like have her little rosary collection.
Yeah. Was there anything you touched in the other room that maybe would have created this to open so easily?
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, the knot.
The knot. But the knot just seemed to be a knot. There wasn't anything behind
Like a little
it.
There's no,
Didn't
there was
you
no mechanism or anything.
We
Yeah.
did
Oh,
poke
yeah.
it, but nothing
No.
happened.
Yeah.
There's just a
little
natural
piece of
knot in the
paper.
wood.
Creepy little
Well,
piece
I
of
think we
paper.
should go upstairs, everybody.
A creepy piece of paper.
Let's go upstairs.
Yes, I'd like to go upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Find
think
more
I want to
clothes.
descend first.
You want to
Okay.
descend?
I wanna
So we
finish
can
this.
split up.
Yeah, we
Maybe.
could.
Okay.
Although, I'm trying to think. If we're still looking for him here,
He's not there.
the most likely. Could have fallen and injured
He could have
himself.
fallen
If
and
it's
injured himself.
slippery down here. who
You're so
knows?
right.
And if he's ailing, he could have also passed on his own.
We're gonna check. We're gonna check it out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every room must be searched.
Okay.
Well, Mr.
So-
Potatoes and I can go upstairs.
You can call me Tater Tots, hun.
Oh, look out.
Oh, heyo.
Okay,
Have
Mr.
you seen her
Tots.
photo?
I'm Mr. Tots. What was
I
that?
don't know. Have you seen her photo?
Oh, what's her app?
My app. 13, but
Oh, okay.
it's me.
Cool.
The magnifying glass.
Seriously, I am not picky.
All right.
It means you got a warm bed for the night.
Yeah. And breakfast.
Somewhere warm to put your hands. All right, so.
Whoa!
All right, so Caters and Bethany are heading upstairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Where is the sister?
What's
staying
Sister
with us?
Julia doing?
Yeah.
You guys are going upstairs. I'll go upstairs.
You're
Okay.
going
Oh,
down.
okay.
Okay, so you
I
can
gotta
go.
check the ladies.
Yes, you do.
All right, so we'll do the cellar first.
I got
so
my crowbar in hand.
Simon and Dr. Herb,
Yep.
begin to descend.
Finally, some respect.
All right. So yeah, you head down into this into the cellar.
Flashlight.
Hmm. You can see that it's a long rectangular room. There's a door to your left, and then there's a door along the right-hand wall, which is where you are, kind of down at the end. The whole room bears evidence of massive water damage as if the cellar like flooded, and was like under like 8 feet of water maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
The what tools and sort of household equipment there are down here are severely rusted.
Mm-hmm.
And like there, there's bales of magazines and newspapers, all of which look like they've been crushed under a great weight.
It's just pulp.
There's some antique furniture that's now tracked and waterlogged.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I think I might have broken
I would
down
have had to have a
crying.
con times 5 roll.
Yeah.
And there's just everything has this like translucent sheen to it,
All right.
like as if it's been lacquered almost.
Mm-hmm.
And as you
Yeah.
play the light around, you can see out in the corners are the ivory white color of bones in piles.
Weird.
I'm definitely gonna check the bones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Well, they might not be human. They might just be tusks. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
It's ivory. So yeah, you rush over. Give me a biology roll.
I actually make that.
Yes!
I got a 2.
Sweet.
Woo!
A 2 out of a 26.
Woohoo!
Wow.
Crit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes it is. All right, so what you find are lots of small animal bones, rats, birds, rabbits, raccoons, but you do
Sorts of things that would be normally inhabiting the garden.
indeed.
Oh.
But you also find what is clearly a human
What?
forearm bone, whatever that's called. Is that the
Ulna?
ulna? The
Femur?
ulna. The ulna.
Femur bone?
Not a femur bone.
A
No.
femur's a
It's a
human
thigh
thigh
bone.
bone, Ray.
Thigh bone ray. No, you find an ulna.
Can I
for
tell
sure.
maybe how
Look at
old
the
it is?
size of this
or
thing.
It was
what
it's
sort of
a-
person it might belong
You think this
to?
came up a
you-
chicken?
you- since you
Sorry.
since you made your you criticaled your roll.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a male adult.
Well, just one human bone
Hmm.
And
out of
how
that
old
whole
is
pile of
this
bones.
How old is it?
Yeah, can I tell that?
It's not old.
But they're clean.
It's clean. There's
Clean,
no muscle
clean.
on it. There's no marrow in it.
Oh.
No marrow in it?
Mhm. It's like it had been dissolved in acid almost.
Oh.
Okay, but
Wow.
no tool marks on it.
No.
No
Clean.
teeth marks.
Smooth. No teeth marks. Nope. It was not stripped.
No, I was like no cutting.
It wasn't
Wow.
butchered. Nope.
Yeah, sounds like a scarab beetling and then perhaps a bleaching.
Yeah. Scarab beetles could definitely do that. Yeah. So meanwhile, as you three are making your way out of the kitchen, so you come out of the kitchen and down the north end of the hall towards the stairs. So the north end is where the back door is. The front door is on the south end of the hall.
Okay.
And I'll need a listen roll from all three of you.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, I fail.
I got it.
Oh.
Oh, I fail very
She's a
badly.
good listener. I'm a good listener.
Actually, I think listen is an occupational skill for clergy. So yeah.
Sister Julia, it looks like you heard something.
I think I'm hearing something right now.
Yes, exactly. Oh. No, as you're coming out into the hall and heading towards the stairs, Sister Julia hears creaking on the front stairs. Someone's coming up the stairs.
Oh my!
What?
Up the stairs? Up the
someone
stairs?
The front stairs. The front
Of the
stairs
house.
of the house. To the front door.
Like a southern woman.
I know, why is she southern? She moved up to Massachusetts?
Yeah.
And
No, she's born there. She's born there.
They don't
She
like
moves herself
Catholics in
sometimes.
Mississippi.
Her mother, perhaps.
Yes.
So I brandish my flashlight like a weapon, maybe.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Okay, get my crowbar ready.
Your flashlight illuminates the front door, and of course there's a curtain over the glass. But then after the creaking stops, and then you hear kind of a nervous pounding. On the
Oh
front
my
door.
gosh.
Do we hear it in the basement?
No.
Okay.
Goes there.
Who goes there?
All right, what are you two doing?
So where are
I'm
we
waiting.
exactly?
We're upstairs.
You're in the main hall next to the staircase going up.
Oh, we're just barely going up.
Yeah, you've just reached the stairs.
Oh.
And so
So there's a curtain.
there's a curtain on the front door.
Okay, I'm gonna go toward the curtain.
Okay.
To try to peek, like really.
Or it's,
well.
I should say it's not on the front door. It's it's panes
On
of
the
glass
sides,
on either
yeah.
side. Yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna try to peek. To look.
Okay.
I'm good at hide. I really hide.
All right. So
Sneak. Not. Yeah, I have a very high sneak.
well, give me a sneak roll.
Thanks, Jade. I mean that. 27. I made it.
Okay.
My sneak's 80.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay. So like a ghost, you hobo your
Like a
way
icy
over to
ghost.
the window.
Like a hobo-ish ghost.
Yes.
right.
And you look out
I
the
peek.
curtain there,
Mm-hmm.
and of course you can only see a little bit of the front porch,
Yes.
the front stoop, and basically you can see the back of a man. He's standing right up at the door.
Does it look like the cop that pulled me over?
No, he's wearing civilian clothes, but in
Okay.
his right hand he is holding a rusty axe.
Oh! Okay, so I turn to the.
So now you knock.
Oh my gosh! So he sees our car. He knows.
Yeah, your car's parked outside.
Oh no,
my
there's
car,
no
it's your car.
hiding.
It's your car.
Okay, so.
He's already traced the license plate number.
All right, so I'm gonna say, who goes there? In my fiercest voice possible.
All right.
Does it crack a little because you're 21?
23.
23. So at that, the person steps back and looks at you, makes eye contact with you through the window.
No, I'm not looking out the window still.
Oh, you're just yelling
Yeah.
through the door.
Oh god.
Okay. All right.
I
So
wanna look at him.
who goes there?
Who goes there?
All right. Hello. Who's in there?
Who are you?
Is that you, Mr. Cornthwaite?
Who are
He's
you?
Gardner.
Who are you?
My name's Joe Varelli. I'm with the Gazette.
Oh.
Why do you have an axe then?
I found it out in the garden. I was poking around out there before I came up to the door.
Why'd you
Right.
bring the axe with you?
He's got the mole.
He's a fungus person.
Why are you coming out here?
Well, my editor said that a bunch of folks came out to the mansion today and sent me out to check up on it, see if there was a story.
No story here, go away.
Exactly. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Could you let me
in
in,
a
please?
very
It's-
scared,
Yeah, it's pretty cold out here. I'd much appreciate.
I don't know if I trust you with that axe.
So you hear like a clanging sound. I've set it down.
He seems normal. What do you think, sister?
Could be creature fodder.
I know exactly. That's why I want to let him in. That's why I want to let him in.
I've got faith.
I have faith that he'll be eaten first.
I bet you do, sister.
I have faith he's a meat shield. All right, so I open the door.
Mercenary bastards. All right, so.
No, I feel
We've just
for
played
him.
Cthulhu before.
We have.
Yes, well,
All right, so I let him in.
just for that, I'm gonna let him survive. All right, so.
Good.
Wait, reverse psychology.
Oh.
All right, so.
All right, so we let him in.
Yeah, you open the door. All right, so yeah, you see this.
That must be weird for him. He sees a hobo,
Yeah.
a nun,
Yeah.
and
The
a
sort of
perfectly
dowdy
normal
antiquarian.
Oh, dowdy antiquarian.
Although
So-
not too bad looking apparently. App 13.
I know. I don't know why the pictures.
You know
Well.
what? Everybody's got a different idea.
Of what constitutes App
Beauty
13.
is in the eye of the beholder.
I know, I'm an app 11, but I'm better looking than I thought I'd be.
Yeah.
You look like Colbert. Wait, seriously.
You look like Colbert.
From this angle.
This kind of
do
club
not.
Colbertish quality.
Like if Christopher Walken and Colbert,
Yeah, I had a love child.
Oh.
App 9.
Fuse their DNA.
an app of 9.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you're an ugly nun.
Hell.
Yeah.
Most nuns are supposed to be, aren't they?
Yeah.
No,
You're-
they're not.
Kind of what pushed her to.
Have you ever been in love with a
Have
nun?
you ever been in love with a nun? No.
Alright, so-
She's only 34.
oh man.
Oh.
I was expecting an old nun.
So was I.
What? 34 is old.
Well, people looked older back then.
Oh
you
yes,
know.
they did.
Sure.
So
I'm the oldest from here then.
so this guy's standing here.
Yeah, so he's
So I
tall.
close the door and lock it.
After he comes in.
Yeah.
All right. So he's a tall, somewhat sallow-faced gentleman. He's got his
App of no.
At 14,
No,
actually.
What?
All right, so
And yet sallow-faced.
yes.
See?
We were all unhealthy back
Standards.
then.
Yeah. Just to share the knowledge.
No,
Nutrition.
nutrients.
Or the hygiene.
He doesn't eat
Yeah.
too well, yeah. But you know, he's got his rumpled fedora and his
Okay.
cheap suit.
He looks
you
like
know.
a writer.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he comes in, takes his hat off, and looks around. A little bit of plaster drifts
yeah.
down like snow from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And looks around and says, "Well, looks like I'm here in time for the party, eh?"
I just stare at him.
Yeah.
I don't laugh. I don't find that funny. This isn't no party, man. If you'd been here earlier and have seen the weird things that we've seen, then I don't really know where I'm going with that.
There's puke in the kitchen.
There's puke in the kitchen.
Sister's a little freaked out too.
Yeah,
sure.
Just a little rattled. Just, just coming out.
We're exploring this. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, we're exploring this house in order to find the owner, and so there's a group of us here trying to find out where he is, if he's here, and then we're gonna look elsewhere if he's not here.
Yeah. You folks are a lot braver than I. This place gives me the creeps.
No, it's really incredibly creepy. So we're gonna head up the stairs. Do you want to go with us?
Oh
Can we go
gosh.
first?
Yeah. Be our guest.
Yeah, he gets out his notebook and is like, "Yeah, sure. And if there's anything else you'd like to share for the paper, I'd be happy to take it down."
I need a job.
That's great.
We'll see what we can do about that.
Alright.
All right. So you guys are done in the cellar.
We're done having our.
Well, is there
push
anything
down.
else in this cellar? Is there any of those like doors?
There were the two doors on either side.
Alright, well, let's hit him. Hit him.
Yeah.
Body could be in here. Body could be in there. This could be his.
Although I thought
arm.
of the Alda, I'm gonna pull out my Beretta with my flashlight.
Wow.
Very good.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so do you want to open the door on the north side or the south side?
What are we
first?
closest to?
You're on the north side.
It's the north side.
Okay. So
I'm gonna knock on it first, though.
Smart.
let's see.
It's really creepy.
Yep, you give it a knock. There's no response. You do note that it has a bolt, sliding bolt, that is fastened from this side.
Okay.
Oh. There's no padlock on it?
No.
Inwards. Shoot the bolt. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Okay. Opening the door. The door opens into the cellar, and beyond is a small room full of wood.
Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Just the
For burning.
All right.
Yeah, fireplace
building.
wood.
doesn't look unusual at all.
Logs.
Well, you see more evidence of water damage, although not as great as in the main cellar. There's a bunch of vines and creepers that have grown up amongst the wood.
All right.
You could give me a biology roll if you wish.
You could do it.
2, yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
You are positive that these are non-native plants. Furthermore, that they're jungle plants, probably from
South
America, and should definitely not be growing at this time of year at this latitude.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Because there's
on
a
this side.
outside door for delivery, and it's not terribly
It's
well
drafty.
secured. There's
Drafty.
there's a cold wind blowing in even now.
And they're
you know.
just
Oh my God.
flourishing and wow.
I probably want to take a couple of samples with me in my bag.
Sure.
Okay. So
Smart.
Send these back to my connections at the university.
Absolutely. They'll want to see this at MU.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good they will.
And a new scenario is born. Alright, so.
Infestation caused by evidence.
Alright, so there's logs and
And then vines.
vines.
Okay.
That's about it.
Alright,
but
what's
no
the
body.
other one?
No body. The other one, similarly, bolted shut from your side.
Okay.
Knock again first.
Yep, no response.
Okay.
Opening the door, it opens into the cellar, and here you're looking at a coal cellar. It's full of black coal. There's a coal chute in the far wall. And No strange plant growth in here.
Let's open up that.
But some water damage as well.
Can we open up that chute there? See anything interesting going on?
You'd have to clamber up over the coal pile.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Oh.
All right,
Simon
so
isn't afraid to get dirty.
yeah, and you do get dirty. Your hands and shoes are blackened
Oh,
as you
man.
get up to the chute.
Shoot,
You
anything?
pull it up, look out, get hit with a blast
Bunch
of
of
cold
cold.
air, but
Oh.
yeah, that's about it.
Alright, nobody
Alright.
here. Moving on.
All right.
I was going to take the ulna with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And then we'll lock those 2 doors behind us.
Okay.
Or yes, both of them, yes.
Yeah, just like we
Mm-hmm.
found them.
Okay.
Just in case he's alive upstairs somewhere.
Right.
Right.
Make an ass of ourselves. Any more than we
Too
already
late.
have.
Too
Yeah,
late.
Too
It's
late.
ulna.
Now, the 3 of you up in the hall, give me listen rolls.
Oh.
What
you get?
I made it.
Got it? And?
Where is it? Oh, don't make it.
Okay. The 2 of you who made it, give me idea rolls.
I have an idea.
Didn't get it.
I made it.
So, Mr. Potatoes, you realize that as you've been standing up here in the hall talking to Joe Borelli, walking around up in the hall.
Is he Italian?
Oh, yeah, he looks, kind of ethnic.
That's Nick.
Like the kind of man who knows his way around a cakewalk.
Oh, that's true too. I feel conflicted.
Mm.
I don't like
Well,
Italians.
At any rate, while you're talking to him, you realize that as you guys are moving around,
Mm.
shifting around, whatever, the floorboards are creaking. Which is not
That's
unusual in an
normal.
old house.
Right.
But you realize that that's a noise that's been absent up until maybe the last 15 minutes. Like during the whole time you've been exploring this floor, this downstairs level, the floorboards haven't creaked one bit.
That's weird. So it's all muffled. Like it's all
It
muted.
was like the floorboards were perfectly solid, and now they're being all creaky like
Creaky.
you would expect.
Well, that might happen in changes of temperature, maybe.
Mhm, it's gotten colder.
It's getting later, so
Where did you get your axe from?
found it in the garden, like I said.
In the garden or in the shed?
Out in the garden.
Oh boy.
It was just lying in the dirt.
Oh boy.
And why on earth would you pick it up?
Well, I found an axe lying in the dirt. That's kind of a hazard. I figured I'd at least bring it up to the house.
All right. So things are creaky. Guy's an axe.
Yeah.
And so now what?
Upstairs?
Up the stairs.
Yeah, I thought we were already up there, but
Nope.
okay.
So,
You first, good sir.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, as you guys are coming up out of the
We're
cellar,
merging.
you hear a strange voice talking out in the hall. So,
Who's this?
easily enough.
We have a guest.
Mm-hmm. We sure do.
Yeah, Joe Borelli, from the Gazette.
He's Italian.
Joe, how are you?
Oh yes, hey there, Doc. So what goes on?
Oh, just trying to make sense of a somewhat mysterious situation. It would seem that perhaps he's just gone on an expedition again. We've seen several signs, I should say, pointing towards South America. Including some rather strange plants we found growing in the cellar.
Interesting. Very
You're not gonna
strange.
show him the bone.
This guy's a
I
writer.
wanna properly
Yeah.
see
alright.
to first.
Okay.
Although,
Right.
do you want to go into the study now and check out that weird spot?
Yes.
All right. So we're up
Oh,
the
I have the
stairs.
letter, by the way. I kept it with the parchment.
Little scrap.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
In
All right.
case
So
it's
are we
important.
up the stairs at this point?
If you guys want to head up,
Yeah, we want to head upstairs.
Really?
Two of us
You
are
wanna
going to go to the
Alright.
We're going to the
study.
stain. Well, you guys
You're gonna check out the stain. All right. All right.
Yes.
Let's see.
Be religious.
Who do you want to kill first?
All right. So.
We've all been waiting to go upstairs.
I know, so bad.
All right. You go upstairs.
Yay!
All right.
Finally.
So the main hall, is sort of like a big 2-story hall.
Yes.
The stairs go up,
Mhm.
So the stairs take you up onto a landing, and you can see doors all around, but directly across from you is a door standing open, and it looks like it's leading into a master bedroom of some sort.
Okay. Gonna head in.
Okay.
you
So
say
yes, it's very well furnished. It's definitely a millionaire's master bedroom. Lots of really nice furniture.
Ooh.
Yeah. And in fact, you see the pocket watch collection displayed in a velvet box.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my.
It's probably walnut.
Yeah. There's also a gold-plated cigar case next to it.
Wow,
Oh,
these
what
are
a
personal
treasure.
items. Why wouldn't he take them with him? I think to myself.
The ceiling in here is so moist that the water is actually dripping from it
Oh,
in places.
God, that's
When was the
bad.
last time it rained?
Yeah, I don't remember.
About a week ago.
Damn.
And there's a fireplace that shows moisture around the edges. Scattered near the fireplace, like on the mantling in front of it, are some partially disassembled shotgun cartridges.
What? What?
Wow.
All right.
And directly in front of the fireplace are a pair of fluffy blue men's slippers.
Oh.
Okay.
Probably Angora.
Exactly.
Could being in his bedroom trigger some memories of his confessions?
Yes.
Certainly. Make an idea roll.
Please. Oh, reroll.
Unless it's good.
Oh, where'd it go?
Oh, this ain't too bad.
Oh, good. Okay.
There's a 6. 46, so I got it.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, you do remember him expressing some concern that his fondness for silks and angoras perhaps betrayed some strange, urge towards deviant behavior. But
Are you serious?
yeah. But other than that, but it was mostly just him worrying about it.
Right.
Such a warrior.
Like you do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
So the
am I
sister
too
has no
fond of
judgment, you have
Angora
no-
and silk?
Yeah, you have no judgment about that.
No, just these are the Angoras.
Oh.
Very nice.
Oh, yes.
They probably
Understandable.
attempt you as well.
Yeah, they would tempt anyone.
All right,
It's a
so
deviant
I will
behavior.
need
Yeah,
spot
it's
hidden rolls from everyone.
Oh, I fail.
I failed.
I failed too.
No. Can I push?
Let's see here.
Please. Come on.
All right, that's fine.
I fail again.
Okay.
I'm gonna push.
Yes! Go, sister, go.
No.
All right.
Thanks.
Wait, Bethany got
Bethany?
Yes.
Yes!
Oh.
So you had a piece of ceiling falls on all of them?
No. Something else.
56. This is for idea.
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden. Right. I make it.
Yay.
Make it.
Yay.
It's worth it.
Yes, it was worth it.
I think.
Okay.
Right now.
So Bethany, you are kind of looking around and you notice.
I pull out my magnifying glass as pictured.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very good. Well, as you're
bodice.
kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
as you're kind of looking around, you see that basically more salt has been deposited along the bottom of the doors and windowsills.
Oh, this is odd.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm following it around.
Mm-hmm. So you're off looking at that. Meanwhile,
Julia.
Sister Julia and mashed potatoes, you were drawn towards the slippers and then the fireplace, and you're
Yeah.
both kind of noting, oh, that's weird. Like, so there's these puddles of moisture, but there's also this slick translucence, around the fireplace itself. And it is at that point that we cut downstairs. So the two of you, Varelli's with you. So the three of you have
I never
entered.
really went upstairs.
Oh, did he?
No, let's have him
I think
go.
he stayed with you
Alright,
guys. Yeah. So the three of you have entered because he wants to see the stain too.
Oh, I think it was
you
just
know.
because I was with Des where I thought you guys were already up the stairs.
Yeah,
right,
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 Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he wants to see the stain as well.
Yeah.
So the three of you go back into the study,
Right.
and I'll need idea rolls from.
I'm
each of you.
getting.
Pass. We both make it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Not you. Not you, Bethany.
Oh dear.
So you go into the study and like there's something different about the room.
Then when they first went.
The stain is still there, but there's a couple other patches that are stained as well. Furthermore,
these are new.
Weird.
furthermore, it almost seems like the walls are kind of bowing a little bit,
Oh no, it's gonna collapse.
Oh God.
but almost like it's breathing.
Oh, it's like July.
So I'll need sand rolls for the two of you.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Totally
Yes.
make it. Totally make it.
Roll a 3.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh.
Good.
All right.
Wall.
Again, from Miskatonic University.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
Right.
All
You're
right.
just
So.
Can I
End of
roll
story.
occult just for fun?
Oh sure.
Oh my God.
Maybe
You
I'll
have-
make it.
you
Maybe
have
I'll make
occult?
it.
Freaking
I have
out
a
right
tiny
now.
amount of occult. Again, Miskatonic University.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
No.
totally not.
Nah.
All right. If only.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's probably just a trick of the light.
All right.
What? Is that what
um,
they really think?
Yeah. You made your sand roll. You rationalize it. So.
Oh, you did make your sound.
Yeah, we both did.
Where the
So,
hell was
so yeah,
Yikes.
there's a stain on the wall and a couple
Okay.
other stains as well.
Mm.
And the wallpaper is kind of starting to crack and peel before your eyes.
It's like bubble.
Bubble and crack it. You know.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, I still have my Beretta at the.
You can take a shot.
No, I'm
What
kinda
can you
waiting. I'm
actually
waiting to see.
legitimately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Varelli is kind of like, well, what's going on there?
I think the structural. It's gonna go.
I fear
I'm
it
out
might
of
be
here.
water damage.
Hot footing
Yes.
out of here.
All right.
So I scramble out the door.
All right.
I think it's gonna collapse. That's my rationalization.
Sure. And
You can tell yourself that.
And indeed I do,
And you
repeatedly.
do.
all right, so you turn and hustle out into the hall. Directly across from you are the stairs leading up. Okay.
Not for me.
But you feel some moisture hit your shoulder. Something's dripping on you.
Look up.
All right, so you're in the hall. So you've got this big 2-story
Yeah.
thing above
It's
you
like
with
a
the
gallery.
ceiling. Yeah,
Yeah.
big gallery.
No.
So the ceiling way overhead, and you just see this huge wet patch. It's like translucent slime has just spread out along the ceiling, and is like it's now dripping. Meanwhile,
Yes.
up in the master bedroom,
Yes.
2 of you are like, "Aw." So I'll need luck rolls from both of you.
Ooh.
Don't make it.
I make it.
Oh, Sister Julia.
I think I found something.
Famous last words.
So out of the
y'all, look at this.
fireplace comes a flexing, dripping, snaking coil of moist, darkly translucent gel right at your face. So let me roll for it. Oh,
Can I have my crowbar?
Oh,
But
God.
can I start to hit it? Try to hit
One
it.
second, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's a hit. So
Oh, you got hit.
so yeah, your face is just
Encapsulated.
enveloped by this thing that hits you with a pretty hard punch.
Sure, that would be.
Oh my goodness.
So you take 4 points of damage actually as it smashes into your face, breaks your nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can I whack at it with a crowbar?
I'm gonna whack it.
Joe.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, but let me just
Okay.
check something here.
Mashed potatoes
Just
don't get in
salt.
there.
Brick. And
Yeah.
Try it like a slug.
That's right.
Oh, there we go.
Mhm. Okay, so I'll need a con times 5 from Sister Julia to see if she was able to hold her breath as this thing slammed into her
Oh
face.
no.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
That's a nice roll there.
All right, excellent. So yes, mashed potatoes. Go ahead and make your roll with your crowbar there. I think you have a skill in it, don't you? Down at the bottom under weapons,
I do.
fireplace poker or something like that.
Yes.
So that would cover it.
Mm-hmm. I fail by 6.
Oh, actually, I'll need a stand roll from you too, and
Oh.
Bethany as well.
Oh yeah.
I make my sand. Whoa, I crit my
You blew
sand.
through your sand.
Yeah.
I make it.
Make it. All
But I
right.
fail my crowbar.
All right. So there's just this
Whoa!
sense of unreality
Like, I
surrounding
can't believe
this whole
this,
thing.
yeah.
It's like I'll think about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I'm just going to
um,
start doing things.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Like leaving.
Yeah, I'm going the opposite way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. So
How's
for
Sister
Sister
Julia?
Bethany to break free.
No, Sister Julia.
I mean, Sister Bethany. God damn it. All right. So what's
Get it
Sister
together,
Julia's?
Larkin.
What's Sister Julia's strength?
12.
12.
You're
Okay.
stronger than I am.
Oh my
Big
god.
girl.
So to break
Poindexter.
free, you'll need to roll a 20 or less.
Oh man.
Oh my god, what's your size?
What's the
15?
size? 13.
Oh, 13.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh my
Whoa.
god, she's a
So
giant.
typical
Amazon.
nun, really.
Come on.
All right.
Nope, don't do
Oh.
it.
All right. So now I'll need a con times 4 roll.
Oh.
This thing's pressing into all of your facial orifices.
Oh man.
Failed it.
All right.
I'm trying to pull out my ruler.
Yeah. Your ruler of smiting.
I've got a ruler skill.
You do. She has a ruler.
Ruler? Oh, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Ruler of
I
50.
love it.
Oh my god. That's depressing, but also really accurate.
So the two of you are backing away in horror.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like swiping.
I tried
it,
to swipe
mostly
it
like to keep it
at
away
a,
from
at
you.
a defense. Yeah, it was offensive. So
Um,
can I grab Bethany and?
Well, basically what you see is Bethany's whole head
No,
is
Julia.
Julia.
I'm sorry. Julia's whole head is like encapsulated in this slime.
Oh.
And then finally her jaw gives out. She's trying to keep her mouth shut, and you just see this kind of flowing motion come down the pseudopod, and like as basically the slime flows down to your esophagus,
Oh.
And,
Down her throat.
down your throat, and just starts
Yeah.
pumping down into your
That's
body cavity
disgusting.
basically.
I dropped the ruler.
Oh really?
So let's see here.
It falls out of her loosened grasp.
Dramatically.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting.
Uh-huh. So.
Oh my God, that's
yes.
horrifying.
All right. So you're gonna start suffocating,
Oh.
basically, and it's
Oh my god. Oh.
Well, yeah, exactly. What's
That's
your
horrible.
con?
13.
13.
Oh,
Okay, so
it's-
you'll have a few rounds actually before you have to worry about
Oh.
suffocation, just because you have some air in your lungs.
Oh my
But it's
God.
also starting to expand and like crush out your inner organs.
Right, that's horrible.
That's terrible.
Mhm.
It's gonna affect my appearance.
Just a drop. Oh my
I
god.
always look slightly deflated after.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I am so horrified right now.
All right,
Well,
so
it's Cthulhu.
Thank God, though.
you take another
I
5
haven't been
points of
horrified in
damage.
weeks.
Oh, that's not good.
All right, what are your hit points at?
I'm at 4.
You're at 4.
No, but like
okay.
at this Cthulhu level.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
horror.
this level of Cthulhu horror.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's just so creepy.
Okay, so the two of you are booking it.
Yeah.
All right.
But right after I scream help really loud.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, so we're out of here.
Yeah, so Simon, you're standing there. This
Yeah.
thing's dripping on you. Then you hear this big commotion, like shouts, and then a definite scream for help.
Oh god.
And Doc
Sorry,
hears
Sister
it,
Julia.
and,
Can I roll a cult in some way? Myself? Oh no.
No, what about religion? Do you have like a faith
Is
roll?
there
Is there religion?
unfortunately.
Try on the power of God.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't think it's like Deadlands.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Call that some smiting blow.
I
No.
don't. I just found out I actually don't even know how to ride a horse very well.
Is your life flashing before your eyes now?
Basically, yeah.
I wish
There's
I'd
just
ridden my horse
this sort
more
of
often.
misty vision of your horse and you feeding it carrots. That's like all you can think about.
Oh, that's so sad.
All right, so, I'm gonna thunder up the stairs.
Okay.
Really?
All right.
We're probably gonna meet halfway there.
We're gonna meet. We're
No,
gonna run
no.
into each other.
No, no.
You see these two come
No,
running out. You're
no.
like halfway up. They're running out.
No, I go past
What?
them. No,
Where's
we
my
gotta get
sister?
out of here.
Go, go,
It's
go.
too late. It's too late. We need to leave.
She's gone!
Oh god.
We're running out of here.
Alright, so if we
Alright,
run
so
out
I'll
the
turn
front
tail.
door.
All right.
They're all thundering out.
Let's see here.
Oh my god.
All right, so I'll need a. Let's see. Actually, yeah, you're not. Sister Julie is not going to be suffocating yet, but does take 8 points of damage.
8 more? Or
Yes,
just the,
8 more.
That's death.
That is death. So
Okay.
I mean, you got crushed in from the inside before you even got a chance to suffocate.
Yeah, that's horrible.
and there's no one left in the room to see you get pulled up into the chimney.
Ah.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right. That's
Oh, what if if it dissolves everything and spits it out?
Yeah, that's
where
that's
the
no, that's where the bones
Does.
are from.
Oh, it poops them out into the cellar.
Oh yes, and I should mention for those of you who were in the bedroom with Sister Julia,
Yes.
when the pseudopod came out, there was a definite odor of disinfectant that came with it.
Oh.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Like Lysol?
Mhm.
Or,
Yes. Indeed.
Oh my god.
Have we found Arthur Cornthwaite?
Yeah.
We only found one almond though. Jesus.
All right, so the rest of you are booking it out the
We're
house.
thundering out.
Okay. All right, so you come running out the
We need
house.
the police, you know.
Yeah.
We need an
Yeah.
We need
exterminator.
the military.
We need salt.
We
Salt,
need,
lots
we
of
need
it.
the military.
Let's get some tanks in here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, so you're all booking it
Yeah.
for the car.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Oh.
God, no.
So mean.
everyone, give me luck rolls.
So mean.
I make
fail,
it.
I
make
fail.
it right on the head.
All right.
Fail.
Fail.
I make it, definitely make it.
All right. So as you're running out, you hear these loud cracking and popping noises from the second floor.
Oh God.
And so those of you who failed your luck rolls, look back.
Uh-huh.
Can't help yourselves.
No.
So
Who
it's
failed?
these
You
two,
two?
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stan?
Oh no, our driver!
Does anyone else know how to drive stick?
Good question. Yeah, I did real well.
Basically, you look back and you see that the sound was coming from shutters being blown out from the inside, and there's just this, twisting, translucent slime coming out from like every second-story window
God.
and all the gambrel windows of the attic, and just flowing down.
Oh, so what if we
Whoa.
brought
The
it to
outside.
the attic?
Yeah, we never
That
got
must be
there.
where-
That's where the head
That's
is.
what it was.
Oh.
Okay.
And
time.
basically, unlike the pseudopod, this is it's like bubbling. There's air pockets. There's like sort of pus-like matter on the outside. You see a half decomposed horse corpse floating in amongst it, and you also see the body of Arthur Cornthwaite. His wearing a pajama and set of pajamas and a bathrobe. Look of surprise still on his half digested face.
Oh God.
And yes.
Sand.
And there are strange slimy mouths and eyes coming into existence and then bubbling out constantly over every surface of this slimy mass.
Well then.
So sand rolls will be in order
Yes.
for those of
Those
you
who saw.
who
I
saw.
make it. I make it.
Okay.
Oh, I totally make that.
Damn.
I made it.
Ah.
All right.
16.
Nice.
So mashed potatoes loses 2,
All right.
and the doctor loses 2.
Oh, Shaw. Actually, still a pretty good sand considering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
73.
All right. So
63.
meanwhile,
Nice.
Bethany and Simon, you have piled into the car already.
Yep.
Let's get out of here.
Go!
All right.
Get
I'll
outta
need
here.
a driving roll from the doctor.
I can't believe
The
Sister
doctor.
Julia.
Make it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
12 out of 25.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
All right. So you're able to fire up that car right away. It starts on the first crank. Throw it into gear and just burn rubber out of there.
Hey, I have to say that mashed potatoes really is kind of excited because he got a new coat
Yeah.
and there's like
And some
crowbar.
saltines.
and some crackers. So and
Right.
there's
So,
like no accountability.
my
This
question
is
here
great.
I mean, if that was Mr. Cornthwaite, he's been missing for 2 weeks, so how long does it take to eat?
All right.
Forever.
It's a very slow death.
And if the
Miserable.
horse was only
Yeah.
missing last
Yeah.
night, I mean, how did the horse get up there?
It's a very scientific-y questions you're asking.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
These
Damn
are the
it.
questions racing through your head
Yeah,
as you
as we're
drive white knuckle back towards the town.
Yeah.
Yes. And
What are your plans then?
I wanted just a place to live.
Straight to the police station.
I have more immediate concerns. I just need to know that somebody's gonna let me sleep over for the night.
Call the National Guard.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell them what?
We need massive
slime.
amounts of salt.
Salt,
Also, that there
salt.
is an exotic and invasive South American species of an unknown variety.
Mhm.
See, the doctor
That
gives
is
credit.
Posing
Yeah,
an enormous
he's got
health hazard.
credit.
Credibility.
That is
Yep.
posing an imminent threat to the town
Public
that
health.
has infested
Yep.
the house.
Yeah.
I advise
Yep.
We salt the ground to prevent it from spreading, and then burn the place to the ground.
Burn it.
So give me a credit rating roll to pull that off.
Go, Doctor, go.
Yes.
What's your credit?
God, it's only 45.
Well, that's
That's
plenty
not
good.
bad. Mine's like, what, 15?
46!
Oh,
Oh,
no!
Man.
All right, so I will
damn it.
say that
Horrible.
over the course of the next week, you're able to wield your, community influence
Yes.
My
well enough.
academic clout.
Yes, and the salt is ordered.
Finally.
Apparently, the house does not need to be burned to the ground because when the salt is trucked in, and the ground is salted, the entire house apparently collapsed in on itself.
That makes sense.
I
It was
wanna
keeping it together.
Go
Yeah.
back though and see if there's any slime on anything that I can take a sample of for the
Certainly.
university.
You're the worst.
Well, I'm gonna go with them.
She has to. Science.
No,
right?
no.
I'm gonna go
No,
with them
Potatoes
in the
is
name
not
of
thrilled.
science.
Potatoes sees no point
But I'm
in
also
that.
gonna go with them because I
Sure.
was there and I'm the one who's purporting that there was this
Certainly.
invasive
No,
exotic species.
I totally, but
And
Potatoes is not
because
happy
because
about
you
that.
missed your credit rating roll, you're going to be on the hook for payment of the salt truck and damages accrued. Basically, the Dodge brothers sue you
What?
on behalf of the Cornwaith estate.
Wow. That's real.
I pronounced the body deceased.
So good, we're going to sue you then. So basically,
Those guys are assholes.
Yes, they
well,
are.
they were hoping to be able to sell the property.
Wrong.
So
And Sister Julia, I mean, what happens there?
you
She's
know,
gone.
Do they have a funeral?
she gets
for
an
her?
empty casket burial, and yeah.
What happens to Cupcake?
Cupcake could be sold.
Oh, Cupcake's fine.
Cupcake
Just
sold to
snap.
the glue factory, and
The diocese
Rude.
told the food
Poor
farmers.
Cupcake.
no, there's plenty of farms around in the area, so
As long as Cupcake's fine, though, that's all that
Really?
matters to me.
At the end of the day.
So what else?
so that's essentially it. You guys
Okay.
survived.
Wow.
Oh, that was revolting.
Yeah.
That was disgusting. It was
Congratulations.
truly
Really
horrifying.
Was there any pictures in your magic?
Hmm?
Are there any pictures in your magic GM?
Bag of tricks.
There's a really fun picture here, actually.
Oh, excellent.
Sorry.
We didn't get to the part where you guys might have slept over or something.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
Oh, my God.
There's no
What?
way in hell we were
No.
gonna do that. Who would do that?
But,
homeless person might.
all of it.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
No.
That's pretty fun. That's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
So yeah, basically, I ran this once before, and it was hilarious because when the thing started attacking, they also ran for it,
Yeah.
and
Like you
and
do.
they, I have the house rule that if you get a critical failure, 96 to 100 on your sanity, you lose the max possible sanity, and the max sanity loss is a D20. So one of the players
Wait,
got
wait.
got
Okay.
a 97 on his sanity roll, so he lost 20 sand, which was,
No.
reduced him to a blithering idiot.
Oh.
And then it was only two characters, and so the other one hopped in the car, and I had to make his driving roll, and he fumbled that.
Oh yes,
So
I remember.
so I
you.
said
Oh my
I said that
God.
in his panic he threw it into reverse by accident.
Oh my
I
god.
remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that.
And then like they had specifically stated that they had a convertible, so I was like, all right. So even though the top was up, I'm like the pseudopod, they're like punching in through the rag
Yeah.
top,
Oh.
and it grabbed the crazy character, and just pulled him out, like, and then he threw it into drive and drove off. So you guys did pretty well.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have looked so hard.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get for pushing.
There's.
No.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was perfect.
Yeah, I love that scenario.
We'd have found if we went to the attic.
I know.
The thing actually lives in the cellar. That's why there was all that damage and everything.
Oh.
But when you knock, if you're making a big fuss, like kicking the door, it figures out that people are trying to get after it, so it goes up through the walls and
Oh.
pipes
Walls.
up into the attic.
So you saved us by knocking. Very
You
good.
did.
Yeah.
That was smart. I
That
was
was
like,
really
wow,
good.
you're
Just-
knocking.
just
That was
knocking.
good.
Yeah.
And it couldn't open because it was pressed
It was
against the door.
pressing
pushing
hard.
again.
Oh, that was the a thing?
Yeah.
But what was in the shed? Was anything
Nothing.
in the shed?
It was just creepy stuff.
Creepiness.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But there's like this whole backstory with the house where it was like a murder house where this guy killed his whole family.
Oh, nice.
And there is a monk hole actually in the house.
Oh,
and if you find it, you find the guy's corpse because after he killed his family, he went and hid from the authorities, but then couldn't get out. And so he doesn't have any fingers left because he scratched his fingers off. And that piece of paper you found was his paranoid schizophrenic ranting because his name was like Albert Corwin or something.
It just happened to be an
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where was the monk hole for that?
What's that?
Where was the monk hole for that?
The monk hole
Yeah.
for that you get into. You guys never got into the guest bedroom on the second floor, and that's where you got into it.
God.
And,
Yeah, there's a panel in the fireplace of that one, so you have to open the panel and go in.
and how the hell did this thing get the horse?
It can go out, and so it just
Oh, it's been going out to the countryside.
because it ate everything on the property.
Oh, that's why it's right. Of course.
It ate Cornwaith. It ate all his servants. That was the thing you missed on the ledger was that Cornwaith hired his own servants, and then you could have found out. Oh well, he's been like his staff was gone, but they just assumed that that's because he was dismissing them for his trip.
But no,
it ate all the servants. Then it ate and it ate all the local fauna basically, and
The rabbits and the birds.
the birds, everything. And now, the horse is the horse went missing from a neighboring farmstead, and
That
so
was
it
the
was
horse I
oozing
was-
its way out across farmstead.
Going
so-
back to its hidey hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's lair.
Oh,
Wow.
Well, where was that first batch of salt? The
Never got there, did it?
The dump truck?
it never got there.
Cornwaith
okay.
had figured it out, and he had contacted his lawyers. Order for fucking salt, and then he got eaten before.
it's too late.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So
Great.
How did it come? Like, how did it grow to that then?
it came back in his
Came
pocket
back
as a
from-
spore from his expedition. And then, because if you had gone up to the attic before the slime went up there, you would have found his steamer trunk had been burst open, and then you would have found his khakis in like one of the pockets is burst open.
Oh,
you
that's
know.
kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, it came back a little spore,
Yeah.
and like just ate
Cute
pocket
little
lint until it
spore.
started growing,
Aw,
and started eating the mice.
And then it
you
became
know.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
anyway, that's
That was awesome.
The
Very
South American
good.
version of the Blob.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
essentially. Yay!
Oh my
But it
god.
was in Peru.
Very good game. No, there were definitely some chills and thrills, so
Excellent.
thanks for that.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
It was
my
just
pleasure.
Fresh from the
creeptastic.
inside
No, that's.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad at least one of you died. That's you know.
Good
You're happy.
Just got killed, got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much led to the end of the house altogether.
Uh-huh.
Your whole life you had one risk.
I
Yeah.
wasn't even riding the horse.
No.
Oh.
I didn't even see that. I was like, oh, I'll have a horse, she could have that. And then I
Yeah.
see later, ride. Nothing.
Yeah, it's a very gentle horse. You just have your guy lead you around.
Well, that's kind of funny. I actually. Well, oh no, I didn't have it right. I thought I did.